Hey everyone, I'm Adam.
Oh, hi, I'm Debbie.
And me, I'm Sunny Justice, and this is How We Close. Okay, let me put it off our proper screen. Okay, so Deb, me and Adam apologize. So can I just tell you guys and welcome everybody? Okay, so me and Adam are just sitting there talking.
You and Adam, you cancers.
And I said, and I was like, "Where's Deb? Why isn't Deb?" Because Deb is always. Imagine this: she's always before I am. She always enters the stream. I'm always like coming in late, and Deb's always there like 15 minutes early, prepared.
Yeah,
and I'm like, and I come in and I'm like, "Where's Deb?" And Sunny's like, "Oh, we were just talking." And then Sunny and I keep talking.
I would believe that, except that I sent a message and I saw Sunny look at it.
No,
Yes,
I'm telling you the truth, Deb. I'm telling you
No.
the truth. So then I'm like, okay, so Sunny and I are talking, and then I'm like, is Deb coming in? Is Deb coming in? Did you drop her the link? And then finally Sunny goes, oh, it's showtime. And then I said, well, where's Deb? And then she goes, oh, I didn't drop her the link.
And then I look, that's when I actually looked. Deb was like, I was like, we're like, Deb's never late. Because, yeah, Adam came in and I came in and we're just like, yeah, so we want to apologize.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I just came in through StreamYard.
That's it, Sunny. I was sending you a new car for your birthday, Sunny, but
I know now
it's
that Hot Wheels. I know. I'm so sorry.
We have two. Frank Meister just upped his membership, and we had another membership right before.
Yes,
the
I
show.
think Kim.
Kim.
Kim. And Callie just here. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Callie.
Callie, thank you very much.
Thank you, Callie.
We were just mentioning on Wednesday. I was like, oh, I haven't seen Callie, and I miss her.
Yeah,
so
and then
I'm glad to see you.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks everyone. And Kim, there you are right there. So again, if anyone does want to become a member of It's a Crime and Shame. It's $1.99 to become a Paw Patrol member. That allows you access to the private Facebook group if you want to. Then, hey, where's Peace?
Right.
Is she not here? Oh, I hear my husband just got home from Whistler. He's
Yay!
been gone for a few days, and he just happened to come right when the live starts.
Deb, they're saying your volume is down.
Yeah, I see that. I just turned it up. Hopefully that'll help.
All right,
Because we can adjust Deb's volume if anyone needs her to be louder.
Is that better, just Pam? Is that any better?
Yeah.
I turned it up. I think it was down a bit.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, it's fine for me.
Is that better for everyone? Deb,
Talk.
Yep, that's better. I turned your volume up.
Thank you.
And I can turn it down whenever I want.
You are asking for it, mister. You are asking for it.
Now it's loud.
And now it's loud.
What do you mean I'm perky tonight? I thought I was perky every night. I just don't mean my smile, but we're not going to go there. No, just kidding. Anyways, I know, right? Keep it clean.
Well, Sonny, if you need to go give your husband a little loving really quick, we can say hello to everyone in the chat while you go give him a smooch.
Well, okay, I will quickly do that, but I will just quickly say my good buddy who I love so much, Gonzo's in the house. Teresa.
Hey, Gonzo.
Yeah, Gonzo, love you. Real Gonzo, everyone. Amazing person. Teresa Fountain, she's in the house too. These are people that I know from the Suzanne Morphew case. Oh, if you hear the siren go off, that just means a new subscriber.
Yep.
So anyways, and so regardless to what other people say, people can subscribe or unsubscribe. But this was going to be a subscriber. It's tried to control the trolls that are out there. Again, mods, please, if anyone's misbehaving, take them in their gloss and escort them out to the nearest exit. If you can, Marvin Frank, I'm going to have to rewatch your live again. I only caught bits and pieces of it because I was finishing up my own stuff. And yes, but I want to say, so Marv's birthday too is tomorrow. Yay. And yeah, actually.
Marv, your birthday is tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
happy birthday, Marv.
Happy birthday, Marv.
And then was it Frank's? Whose was it? Frank's Frank's wife,
Someone's on the 4th.
On the 4th. Yeah.
Because no one's on the 3rd. I don't know anyone's birthday that's on July 3rd, but on July 4th, there might be one or two. Wait, I'm just kidding. Sonny's birthday is on July 3rd.
And yes, there's two of me, but we don't look alike. I have a twin sister. Her name is Tanya. And so I doubt I can convince her to come on the live, but I'm gonna try.
Right. For all we know, she's actually been on the live and we've not known.
Yeah. Well, she's watched me, I know. Secretly. She's secretly watching me now. And hey, Tan, love you.
All right, well, Sonny, can you get out of here for a minute?
Oh, okay, sure. So you guys, I'm just gonna go see the husband quickly. There is gonna be about a 25-minute video. At the end of that 25-minute video, when we hit play, that's when you're gonna see exactly what we wanted to show you, okay? With who's been sad to have killed the girls that day and who was involved, or at least a part of the picture anyway. Of course, anyone is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, but just saying, okay, guys? And I'll be back in a minute.
Yep. Okay, finally. So, what we'd like to let you all know tonight is we've decided to remove Sonny from the channel.
Not true.
Just kidding.
Hey,
Debbie,
Teresa, Brittany.
I'll let you go ahead and say hello to people in the chat.
All right. Melissa, Tommy Baker, Becky, Cindy, Mike Ursary, Jane from the country, Jean Russell, Vanessa Marie, Sloopy. Hey, girl.
Hey, Sloopy.
Kim Hafer, thank you for joining. We're so glad to have you, sweet Caroline. Grace Abounds, I love that name.
Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah Copperhorse. Jill Mosier. Gosh, I almost said Mosser. It's Mosier. Let's see. Who else we got here? Frank Meister
Becky
in
Murray,
the house.
Teresa.
Yep. Let's see. Jan Brubaker.
Jean Russell. I don't know if you said
I-
these people already. Cindy Delafonte.
Purdue
Baker.
RN. Hey. Boston.
Someone
Boston
named
in
Deb.
the house.
Brittany Perina.
Block her. Callie. Block that Deb person.
Frank Meister. I've heard he's trouble.
Yeah, Real Gonzo. Hey, guy. Bill Taylor.
Again, Isaiah.
Chaotic.
Hello,
Chaotic
Boston.
Beauty. Yeah, Chaotic Beauty.
Oh, hey, Chaotic. Chaotic has the coolest nails right now. They are they're like see-through. On one hand, they're pink, like and then see-through, and on the other hand, they're see-through and yellow. They're really cool.
Cool. Brett
Everyone,
Decker.
everyone that doesn't follow Chaotic, you should go follow her. One, because she has amazing content, and two, because she has incredible makeup. She has an entire room the size of my bedroom that's full of makeup, and she has incredible nails. And
she's so sweet.
Yeah.
I like her. John Smith. Let's see who else. Remy Stuff. Just Pam. Support with Steppa. KJS. Kimmy Canuck. DGR Dave. Charlie Girl. Charlie Girl, are you related to Charlie Boy? Or Charlie,
Pop,
my Charlie?
Meme, Jan Brubaker.
Mimi? Did you say Mimi? Brittany, we said TTM Fangirl. It's Sweet Roblox. Lisa. Sharif 713. Who's your girl? Who's your daddy? CJK, hey. Stephanie Roberson, Veronica, Randy, hey, Mr. Randy, how are you? Marvin Frank's True Crime, hey, Marv.
Zooter, is it M-I-N-N? I like that. I like the font. Laura Dune, hey.
Yeah, hey, Laura.
Okay, now Sunny's just like milking it. She's taking too long. There she is.
I totally was milking that. I was just like looking at chat and I was milking it. Yeah.
Hey, Sharon Parker.
Hey,
Cop Facts. Cold Truth. Hey, Mel.
Hey, Bruce.
Oh, is Cop Facts in the house?
Hey, Cop Facts. We love you.
Is he?
Yvette.
Camera needs to.
Yeah, like I said, there's Cold Truth. Right,
straight from the horse's mouth. Matt Black.
Hey, where's my camera now? Zooming in.
Cordy the Gloss Boss.
Fig Solves. There's a name I haven't seen in a while.
Hey, Fig.
Hey, Fig.
Sharon.
Yeah.
That Aussie girl. Okay. Sharon Parker. Teresa.
Yeah. If you guys could hit the likes too, that would be great. Just saying.
Right. And I have to apologize if anyone hears a knocking. Like, I think someone's like doing some construction near me, and I keep hearing this knocking noise. So I apologize if anyone else hears it.
Well, you know,
usually my condo is really quiet, but for some reason tonight it's not.
It's definitely
purposeful pain. Also, guys, try to if you're typing and you use a period, please make a space afterwards because Streamlabs gets really confused and thinks that you're trying to post a link, and then it will time you out for like a second. So just want to let you know that. Make sure you do that. Hey, Theo.
Hi, Theo.
Oh, Barbara Gordon. Very cute.
Thanks everyone for coming to join us tonight. It to me is a very important thing I feel is to share, and as well too, of course, FBI and that have the information. It's I would never give it to you guys first without, of course, FBI and Doug Carter, who I send it to and stuff like that. So just know that, obviously, okay? And this isn't to say that this information they don't know about, even though you'll see something which might assume or that think that they don't, but we don't know the answer to that. This is just about bringing light to the darkness of the Delphi murders and going along the path that I have been going on, and Deb and Adam have been joining me, and I don't want to forget Jenny or Pork Chop in all of this, and other people that have contributed to try to figure out, just some answers. That's it. Get this case to move on, bring justice to light. And again, we want to thank everyone that helped out with Braden Mahon being found and is safely home. Just so you know.
Proud. I'm so proud of you for that, Sonny.
Yeah.
The fact that that
I feel so guilty when someone says that because.
Oh.
No, I mean, because when you brought that case to my attention, there was not one news article about it, not one.
Nope.
Correct.
I researched it, I did, and I couldn't find anything. And within 24 hours, we did a segment on it. Nancy Grace picked it up, and within 2 days, he was found and reunited with his family.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do here. That's all we're trying to do. All right.
Make fun of us as much as you want for as many things as you want, but I'm proud of you for that, Sonny.
Well, again, I'm proud of us all for that because it takes the team to do it. And so yeah, if it wasn't for the trickle effect happening and true crime, I dropped True Crime Web's link too. His name is Steve. He's an ex-retired LE officer that has done crime scene investigation. He was a crime scene technician, amongst other things along the way. And yeah, so anyways, it's just very heartwarming. Contrary to the naysayers out there, it doesn't matter about them at all. It matters what we achieve and what we do as people together. And something like that absolutely warms the heart. Knowing that he's home safe now is more than you can ask for out of what you were trying to do, in hopes that nothing had happened to him, that he is safe. Because there are so many people that as you come into the true crime world, you just understand the depth of what you didn't know. And then you come to realize what lurks in the darkness. And again, we're just trying to shed light. Simple as that. So, hey, Cordy, how are you? Just seeing your name as I'm scrolling. The lady on the Rompers room who used to say, who she saw, I see. Yeah, exactly. And again, welcome to all the people that have joined us today. It is on subscriber mode, so anyone that does join can't talk for approximately 3 hours if they joined just recently. Just to stop the trolls as much as possible.
Right.
But it's welcome.
So good to see you, Fig.
Yeah.
Right. Don't you both agree? It's really good to see you, Fig.
Yeah. Fig. And caught facts, and there's a few people in here. Like I said, it's always good to see new faces in here, and of course, always love the ones that are consistent followers with us and have believed in the path. And regardless, it's just really about trying to be loving and caring and nice to each other and helping each other out. And love Marv, Frank, Randy, Sleuth, Isaiah. Thanks for, of course, joining us tonight. Isaiah's made quite a few nice contributions along the way. Same with Copper Horse and Callie and Laura. And oh my goodness, I hate using names sometimes because I can never remember them all off the top of my head under pressure. But so unless anything you guys wanted to say before we get moving on,
I know he's probably not everyone's favorite person, but did anyone get a chance to see on the community page for Gray Hughes, Kelsey's wedding picture?
Is that the one that?
Yeah, I've seen.
It wasn't the same one that we had, but it was beautiful.
Nice.
And I just again wanted to say congratulations to Kelsey and Caleb, who got married on the 25th. And they made a beautiful couple, and I hope that it was a chance for the Patty and German family to experience some happiness and celebrate.
And thank you again for all those who donated. She got her first portion of the drop was basically the day after. I think it's when she messaged me back, and then she'll get the other portion when the July YouTube amounts drop. Okay, so just so you know, again, thank you to everyone. So again, it's just about trying to be nice. Like we'd like to do things where we have a monthly donation to something, to a cause as well.
And for anyone that doesn't know, we made a contribution for Kelsey's wedding, just as a gift, as a way of saying that people in the true crime community do support her, and that not everyone thinks that, you know, she's a bad person or that she's
She's
hiding
not a bad
something.
person.
Right.
She's a
We
good
support
person.
her, and we want her to experience some happiness.
Absolutely. She deserves it. Family deserves a bit of happiness. Absolutely. To go along the way. So again, we're going to get on with that. The video is basically that's coming up. Okay. It's a bunch of clips, just to kind of show you things. There's been a certain path, and we can go along, about that path again after the video ends, and then you see exactly what was said. And that will make sense a little bit more towards the end. Okay. So are you guys want to see it now? You guys ready to learn what was said?
Is there anything you want to is there anything you want to say before it, like to set it up or anything?
Oh, that's what I just did.
No.
Oh.
Could have done a better job, I guess.
So you don't have to listen to me at all. We'll talk later. No. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to play it. We'll turn off our cameras and we'll see you at the end of it. And then we can talk about it. Okay. And let me just find the, oops, I always do that. I always click to hit share instead of video file. Okay. And here we go.
Was even remotely true, I wouldn't have even went and took a polygraph in the first place.
Right. And
I wouldn't have talked to the detectives, even when my lawyer told me not to. I still talked to them.
there's a message that was found. There was messages that Nicole was trying to reach out and tell her sister what happened. And I'm assuming with Ray. You're saying that Ashley was like, we got to get rid of her. Like, that's how she was jealous, but she made it seem like she was going to ruin your life. And so all these things, in the heat of the moment, it happened. Because
among another person.
In March 2019, Garth was in an intimate relationship with Garrett Kurtz. Kurtz had also been in an intimate relationship with Nicole Bowen for a few months. Over the course of 2 months, Garth Kurtz and Kurtz's friend Jason Palladino had a couple of conversations about getting rid of Bowen. On March 29, 2019, Kurtz, Bowen, and Talitha Beckley were at Palladino's house. Palladino told Kurtz that they had to make a decision, that Bowen has to go, and that it has got to be done. At that point, Kurtz drove Bowen Beckley into Bowen's car to a trailer in Kentland where Garth was.
What's that?
Huh?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said among another person. There was another person involved too that said that made an executive decision that she had to go too.
Why is that person so anonymous when you're not? You're being trampled all over the fucking planet right now.
I mean, I've done said, but I mean, I can tell you this much. It's rumored through the grapevine that the person I'm talking about was one of the people involved in Delphi, and I'm not going to implicate that person and then get one of my family members killed, if that makes sense.
Wait a minute, are you? Yeah, but that makes sense, but that scares me, Garrett. Who is this fuck? Okay, don't tell me who he is. I just want to know, why is he so scary? What's so scary about him? Why are you scared?
Connections he's got. I mean, because he actually used to fuck him. That's why. And like I said, I mean.
Listen, Garrett, this is no.
I don't even know why. I just told you that, but.
Well, okay, listen. Think about it. Why would you keep that a secret right now? Why would you keep somebody else's name? That's crazy. In my opinion, I'm not telling you what to do, but you need to not do that. That's crazy. I'm just going to tell you straight up. That makes zero sense if you're looking out for your best interest.
Well, I'll use it for ammo, I guess, whenever they come talk to me.
Or maybe, do you think this person could be that person? Because if that's the case, you need to say something, Garrett. I'm sorry, but you need to realize that.
I understand that they can, but what they can prove and what everybody says are two different things, Sarah.
No, I know, but if you do have some knowledge, and this person obviously has some connection, and somebody else is going to get hurt. So maybe you should talk to your attorney today about whoever that is. You should not be protecting anyone, Garrett. You have nothing to gain by doing that. Nothing.
Yeah, I know. I know. Tell me about it.
No, but this is not working out for you by keeping the anonymity. I understand that you're maybe looking after your nephews and your family, but this isn't helping anybody. Obviously you're frightened, but you can't be. You have to have courage right now. You have to, in my opinion. Fucked up.
Yeah. Well, we got 26 seconds left, so if you want me to call you back, I can call you back.
If something like that would have happened, I'm sure Ashley would have told me. And if she would have told me, I would have told law enforcement. That's not cool. I couldn't have something like that on my conscience.
Are you lying? No.
Are there any individuals you suspect being the Delphi killer?
No.
All right, no. All right.
Are you lying? No.
You've been 100% cooperative with Delphi investigators, correct?
Yep.
And you will continue if they need anything.
Absolutely.
Right.
Are you lying? No. No. Are you lying? No.
Do you think that it could be someone you used to do drugs with? Or do you think it's a crime someone could have committed on drugs? Like, what would have been the motive?
See, I don't know.
Do you know? Like, I know it's all rumor, but...
No.
Still on
Do that
spot.
shit, so, and when I talked to that reporter that Ed Bounds had, I said they stopped. She's like, "Do you know how the girls were killed?" I said, "Yeah, they were stabbed." She goes, "How'd you know that?" I said, "Michaela told us. She told all of us."
Still
Do
on
that
spot.
shit, so, and when I talked to that reporter that Ed Bounds had, I said they stopped. She's like, "Do you know how the girls were killed?" I said, "Yeah, they were stabbed." She goes, "How'd you know that?" I said, "Michaela told us. She told all of us." And when I talked to that reporter that Ed Bounds had, I said they stopped. She's like, "Do you know how the girls were killed?" I said, "Yeah, they were stabbed." She goes, "How'd you know that?" I said, "Michaela told us. She told all of us about that shit."
They were stabbed.
I would like you all to listen very carefully to what Chris Mathis says throughout this video. The first part you will notice is when he's talking about Garrett Kurtz, and then he talks about Garrett Kurtz talking about his family and how he can basically reach out and touch anyone he wants. And then he goes right into, look what happened in Delphi. As the video keeps playing, you will see that they are still talking about Delphi after they talk a little bit about Nicole Bowen. And then Chris Mathis says, "I wish Garrett Kurtz would tell the whole story. It would be sweat off my back." They are still referring to Delphi. Again, this is about connecting the dots and bringing the darkness into light.
She said they stopped counting stab wounds at so-and-so on both.
Via home wave, so thanks again.
For giving somebody a place to live,
How did
I had no conversations personally with anybody yet. Once I started reading Facebook and I got the call from the detective, that's when I put in my own phone calls and was like, what? Pardon my English, but lack of better words, what the happened? What's really going on? I mean, I grew up with Jasmine. I've only known Garrett for a couple of years and I hadn't seen him for over a year. I moved to Colorado and came back and all of a sudden he hits me up and he's like, "Hey, can I have somewhere to live? Can I come hang out for a few days?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, go ahead. My sister's home on spring break from ISU, so you can have this room, $100 a week, and I'm moving out." And all of a sudden I found out everything that went down. So, I mean, if you want to call that, they said I made a mockery of an investigation because I got into an argument with Vince Lowe, and I told him if he wanted me that bad, do your job and come get me. I didn't hide. I was going to work every day, working for roofing in Carmel, Indiana. Was not hiding whatsoever. Driving my own car to work, everything.
so?
Plates still in my name, everything. It wasn't like I was hiding in some abandoned house somewhere or hiding out with a tent in the woods. No. I was living in a townhouse in Zionsville and working in Carmel. Once I found out, once Garrett made threats towards my kids' towards 2 out of 3 of my daughters. And he knows exactly where they live, and he knows where my sister goes to school. He knew her dorm room. He started making verbal threats, life threats. People reached out to my kids' mom, who is now a license to carry, a concealed 3 carry permit, and a carry permit, and a CO now.
Good.
People started reaching out to her that she didn't even know, making more threats to her on behalf of Garrett's family.
For what? What was the threats about?
Because I was going to go public with everything I knew.
Okay.
I waited 14 months to release a word, and I still haven't yet. I mean, anything I've ever said has been what you can find through a clerk.
Yeah, there's not much.
And it's not why. You guys are still trying to hammer me for being an associate. They say, my old lawyer said, for making it a mockery of investigation. I mean, yeah, I kind of pushed it to the limits. But me and Winslow have a very long-standing background. He's been dealing with me since I was 11 years old. Arresting me since I was 11.
It's time for you to get your shit
skateboarding where I
straight.
shouldn't be, a bunch of stupid, just minute, minuscule things.
Just
So, I
don't
mean,
worry
yeah, I was
about
kind
that. That's a pass.
I was agitated with him. So they're trying to say that that's my assisting a criminal because I eluded an investigation by not coming forth and telling what I knew. I didn't have a warrant for my arrest at the time. It's not my place.
And
Why?
it's
This man knows where
dangerous
my
on the
kids live.
streets.
Why would I want to
Obviously,
say anything?
it's dangerous on the streets. Obviously, you know, you guys see
It's
that.
not, I'm not even worried about that. But
They killed Nicole
out of
because...
regard for my 2 daughters, why
Yes.
would I want to tell you anything?
No, I understand.
What are you guys going to do? You guys going to put people outside her house and
Yeah, exactly.
they cracked down on a single mom murder, which respect to that. Hey, I appreciate that because God forbid if something happened to my kids' moms, I'd want that.
Fuck yeah.
Now all my kids' moms, due to this case, are all concealed carry permits.
Yeah. Okay,
But I've also
so
lost all my rights to my kids and everything. So.
let's talk about Garrett, but not to do with anything in your case at all.
A good person, hard worker, showed up every day for work, was never late, would work all the overtime I asked him. If I sent him somewhere off job site to go chop wood or work for the president of our company when we were working for Exterior Review, A1 dude. I have nothing bad to say about him.
All-American boy.
Literally, I have nothing bad to say about him. Nothing.
I just
All the way up until I didn't see him for a year, and he was all the way out there mentally.
a different person.
So I don't know what happened. He was a completely different person.
Something happened that triggered some underlying, like, neurological.
All I know is that when he showed up with 3 people, a gun, and a lot of meth. And I was like, okay, what's really going on? I'm going to leave for a few days, get comfortable. I'll be back to check on you guys.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with this. So don't even tell me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but, so before that you had nothing bad to say. Do you think that him and Ashley were, like, toxic to each other? Who's the worst?
Toxic?
Who's worse out of them? Who's more dangerous?
She thinks that she is some PhD major in psychology and this, that, and the other.
Who's dangerous, though?
Needless to say, she is a mind and probably the most deviant, manipulative, emotional person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Garrett is a more immediate, boom, hands-on, as soon as it happens, wham.
He loses it. He snaps.
Yes.
And she's more...
where my pod sits, I can watch his pod all day long, so I see everything.
Yeah, he snaps. Like, he said, I never did that to Libby and Abby because if you see people say all the time, Garrett, I got caught for this murder 2 days after. That must have been planned. I said, that wasn't planned, Garrett. You snapped.
From the way I understood it, before our DNA labs were pulled, back we got DNA labs done May 25th, if I'm correct. May 25th or 27th, something like that. Don't quote me on the date. But upon getting out of the van, coming back from court, Ashley was like, Chris, can they pull DNA from fist prints? I said, fist prints? What the hell are you talking about? She says, my fist prints are all over that body. I said, from what? She says, I beat her up while Garrett was choking her. I'm like, you guys were really that in the head. Like, you couldn't have just left it like a ex-girlfriend fight. No, y'all pushed it that much further. You could have just been like, no, he's mine. Y'all fought, pulled some hair, got out the way.
Well, Nicole was about to, she had messaged her sister. She was gonna tell about the murder of Ray. So she had to go.
Which, from what I understand, that happened during a 2-week. I mean, I ended up getting the full rundown on that. It's really.
Isn't it? That. I know.
Did he tell you like the whole how he played stalker and creeped through Grindr and everything?
Insane! It's a freaking movie. Is it not?
It's more than just a movie. It's evil to make a profile and hunt them down just to. Oh man.
Yeah, he told me all of that. I mean, I said, how did you become so smart of a criminal? Like, because my whole thing
Believe it or not, meth will open up ways of thinking that you will not imagine.
Yeah,
like, I can do a lot of things nowadays with software programs and stuff that I couldn't do when I was 21, 22, 23, and 24. Now you give me a laptop, a tablet, and a phone, and I'll turn your phone into a security monitor and a motion detector and a lot of other things. It only takes me about 5 minutes.
Well, because I kind of wondered that too, but I'm like, did you, because the thought and the preparation that had to go into that?
I still have yet to hear how anything went down at the trailer. I haven't asked for that. I haven't asked for the recorded interviews of his story. Truthfully, I don't want to know, because then I get to sit with that every day.
Yeah.
For a man that willingly screamed my kid's address out of a door and said he was sending people there, I have nothing to say. No.
One day, they're going to understand that.
I'll take the time and go sit down. That means that my kids will be free and okay.
Yes.
I'm not going to put them lives at jeopardy. I have an 11-year-old who is 5'3", who does kickboxing, gymnastics, and cheer camp. I have a 10-year-old who is a year and 2 months to the day apart from her 11-year-old sister, and they live 4.5 hours apart. And I have a almost 5-year-old daughter.
Ugh.
I'm not going to jeopardize their lives.
Especially knowing what he's capable of.
Why do I want to risk that? And it wasn't like I just heard it. The COs heard it and recorded it and made a case of it and turned it into the state.
What? You lost.
Of him making threats towards my kids and my family.
Oh, inside.
Inside. And outside.
That's scary. And
that's
then
why
knowing
when my
what
bro
he's...
came to see me, I said, I have nothing to say. Why? You guys can't stop what
and
we
they
can
don't
do
understand.
Here. That man can reach out wherever he wants, and they think they do because they carry around a shiny badge. It goes a lot further than just your guys' judicial system.
Especially because Garrett has gotten away with so much, and he knows how to get away with it. He's now, but he's coming clean. I told him, I said, if you ever want a chance in a parole hearing, it's the only way. And the sooner you start it, the sooner. So he's come a long way. I'll give you that much.
This is a letter from Garrett to me. Now, the bottom half of it is irrelevant and about the whole if I was talking to Ashley. Okay. Immediately, it starts out, yo, dog, check it out. Up over here, I got a few envelopes and $10 on the phone this week. I need some commissary, bro. Anything you can spot me, I'll get you back. You know I will. Look, man, I ain't even mad at you no more. What's done is done, and I'm the one getting life in prison, and the rest of y'all are getting a slap on the wrist, which is not true. Years are years, regardless. It doesn't matter whether it's a year, whether it's 5, or whether it's 20, or life without parole. It's not kind of you can get back, especially if you have kids who have active roles in their lives.
That's right.
The only thing you're guilty of is riding in the whip with me, and I've already recanted the statement. Why do you think I'm going to trial, bro? I'm trying to make things right with you. Real talk, bro. I'm sorry I ever got you involved in this shit. I will tell you this, though. Ashley implicated you in this more than I ever did. I have the paperwork to prove it. That bitch is the reason this bullshit ever went down, and if you believe her when she says she is a victim and not a suspect, her DNA came back. That shit is lie. Signed, literally, and I'll put it so you can see it perfectly. Where's that? Right there.
Wait, what does it say?
It says Dirty Love, Kurtz. He's a dirty white boy, and I don't think he understands that that is a prison organization gang. You can't be that on the streets. You have to go to prison. Kurtz has never, ever been to prison.
He's scared. That's why he's been holding
well, he goes to prison saying that, and they're going to make sure he'll never be that.
He's just worried about having Delphi over his head. Because obviously that's bad.
I'm not even, that'd be sweat off my back, bro. Tell them, please tell them the real story. Please, because I'm not. It's not my place. I got kids to worry about. I'm not. Now you want to know my part? I'll tell you what I see. That's it. But I'm not going to do it without these charges disappearing. Nope. I'm not taking this time. I'll sit here another 14 months if I have to.
We're talking about things that we know that nobody knows.
Outside of this case.
Okay, yes. Exactly. Yeah.
And I get to prison. Crimes against kids are fucking frowned upon. But like I said,
Yeah,
I know I didn't do that shit. So, and when I talked to that reporter that Ed Bounds had, I said they stopped. She's like, "Do you know how the girls were killed?" I said, "Yeah, they were stabbed." She goes, "How'd you know that?" I said, "Michaela told us. She told all of us about that shit."
They were stabbed.
She said they stopped counting stab wounds at so and so on both of them. Like I said, I don't. You know what I mean? She could. I mean, that could have just been rumors, but that's what she told me and Jimmy and everybody that we used to hang out with.
And so
that's one person that you could talk to, and she'd tell you exactly how Ashley is. From the moment I got with Ashley, Michaela's like, "You're fucking playing with fire there."
Well, can't Michaela give a comment on your alibi?
I mean, what alibi?
Your alibi for the Delphi. That's like the only thing that we have to prove. I've been telling you that. But your mom making a statement could help because that's the one part.
I don't know. Honestly, I can't even tell you where I was at. I mean, I was at my mom. I was at my Uncle Toby's house before, but at the same time, I was running around getting high. I mean, I know I don't. I can tell you right now. I remembered if I would kill 2 little girls. I know I didn't do that shit. But they were trying to say, like, Garrett Kurtz was too sloppy to make to do that shit in Delphi, because I mean, honestly, that shit had to have been thought out, premeditated. That shit didn't just happen on spur of the moment,
You didn't feel comfortable telling me which question you failed during the Delphi polygraph because it was still under investigation. Is that?
I told you what question I failed. I failed the question when they asked me if I ever wished somebody was dead.
Yeah, you did tell me. You're right, but initially, you didn't because it was still under investigation. And if that, in fact, was the question, that doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? That's my question.
They asked me, did I kill Abby and Liberty? I said no. They asked me if I knew who did it. I said no. They asked me if I was any way directly involved or indirectly involved in that murder. I said no.
What would be her motive to try and connect you in Delphi?
Because she's trying to make it look like I did that to get out of the shit here. No, I didn't.
When is it hard to pin down because you spent so much damn time with her and it was so on and off? Or do you think that night that she told you that she heard someone had said there was videos, do you think that was when you and her first were able to talk about it and it was like still fresh?
It wasn't even Ashley, just herself, that told me that. It was Ashley and a woman named Tamsin Rick told me that shit.
Same girl that told you that you had a hit out on you?
Yeah.
Did you ever worry
That'd be the one to talk to.
As you can see, there's going to be 4 people we're going to talk about in a moment. So I sent a person a message saying, "Hello, thanks for replying." Garrett told everyone Ashley said you and Sheena Cottrell talked about / had the murder tape of Libby and Abby. Please keep in mind, but I pretty much have the whole scenario. So I'm just wondering, who is that person that went to Keegan Klein to lure Abby to the bridge that day? He also says Tasman R, who was to talk to Open Secrets YouTuber. Look, I'm just trying to get straight to the point and just directly ask you. Would really appreciate any help. Sorry, I meant Abby and Libby. The response was, so Red, aka Sheena, was at my apartment and she was beyond high. Garrett and Ashley was there too, and 2 other people, Blake and his boyfriend. Sheena was out of her mind high, going on about how she was there when CJ Palladino killed those girls and she knew all what happened. I went to the cops with the information and they dismissed it because I was loaded at the time. There was never talk of a videotape unless Sheena told Garrett that I never heard of that. Furthermore, if I knew 100% who did that to them, the poor girls, I would go straight to the state police. I couldn't imagine if those were my children. It would break me. Garrett also implicated Jason Palladino to Delphi. The response, Sheena implicated all the Palladinos, all the way to Mark, Jason, and CJ. Remember, everyone is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We are here to bring love and light and darkness to light. This is about justice. Justice not only for Abby and Libby, but justice to do the right thing. Thank you, and we will continue on with the live and discuss anything that people wish to bring up in regards to this video / this message that was talked about. Sheena, apparently in July or August, the person could not remember, of 2017, this is the approximate date of when this is said to have been told to Ashley, Garrett, and the 2 other people that were there that day. Justice for Abby and Libby. Okie dokie. I stopped that a little too soon. There was a few pictures at the end there. Thank you, Ronnie, and everyone else for watching this. Deb and Adam, are you there? There you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I only showed you a piece of the portion of the pie that was sent to me, but I wanted to let you know that from the get-go, it has always been that I knew who the BG was, but I wanted to know the story. Anyone knows who might be the person on the bridge as the BG. To me, that is always and will always and never change, regardless of what anyone says. It is Keegan Dunker that's on the bridge that day. So I wanted to know the story behind that. And as I've showed anyone who's ever watched the Cryptic Note Part 3, to show you markings, facial structure, everything I can and have done over about 40 or 50 pictures. It was always about, and I'm going to bring it up again, is this cryptic note. And let me just go get it again. And okay, one moment. And we'll share the screen again. Okay. So let's just go back for a moment to Keegan Dunker. So as everyone should be aware, or people that are just watching now that are subscribed and new to this channel, it is always, I just saw, what's that culture saying? Eric Kurtz is not in Carroll County Jail. What makes you think? Oh, okay, I see. Going back to Keegan Dunker. So I was doing the Suzanne Morphew case. And then I decided I needed a break from that. I just finished making a Mother's Day tribute or something like that. It was a tribute video. I was tired. I was burnt out. And this case popped back in my head because I had just seen it not too long prior to, the Delphi case I seen first. I looked at it, but I wasn't into true crime at this point. I just saw it on the side of my screen on YouTube, and something just told me to click on it, even though I don't like being typically involved with anything that hurts my heart. And of course, death of children, animals, whichever, hurt my heart. So I've stayed away from that stuff from a long time, news, everything, until I clicked on the Abby and Libby murders. And it was a guy on the bridge. So I decided during that break, I had the Delphi murders in my head. I would go check it out. And this was my thoughts. My thoughts were that they had this person, but they obviously couldn't identify this person all these years later from clothing or from anyone turning him in. So how do you go 3.5 years and you have a voice and you have all this stuff that most cases don't see, and yet this case was still not solved? So I decided I was going to take pictures. I was going to go find the video, use the video. Who was Jason? Jason Palladino. That's who we just talked about. Okay, so Jason Palladino is implicated for rape on Nicole Bowens, I should say, but he was never convicted, even though he was implicated. I don't know if there was any proof to show that he was there, even though I think it was just became about the proof, to be honest with you. So we'll just let karma, and the universe take care of stuff like that. So anyways, I decided to take pictures, and I spent about a week taking pictures after pictures after pictures. Decided to call up my good friend Gonzo. Gonzo and I had a discussion about Suzanne, and then I said I was, looking at this Delphi case. Gonzo had mentioned about Garrett Kurtz, who had killed a couple other people, and my ears perked then. I hadn't really heard of the name Garrett Kurtz. I still always say this. I was kind of pretending like I knew what he was talking about, but I had it in my head that after we got off the phone, I was going to go check out this Garrett Kurtz person because, again, I was into the Suzanne Morphew case. I just remember looking at Delphi, and there was 2 different pictures of this bridge guy. The case seemed like a full-on mess, and I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm going to go. Suzanne Morphew's case came, and I was like, this bright, shining aura, and I was just drawn right to that case, knowing full well that as soon as Barry Morphew even opened up his mouth, he was a liar, just a pure liar. Karma will come back to him one day properly as well, and anyone else that was involved. So had this conversation with Gonzo, got off the phone, pulled up Garrett Kurtz. Looked at Garrett Kurtz, pulled him into my program. It was easy enough to determine, well, it took a little while, but it was easy enough to determine that he was not the bridge guy, just by the structure of the face in itself, let alone couldn't find anything that matched to make him the BG. I happened to spot this picture just right below it in Facebook. They show about 6 pictures underneath that show your friends. Instantly, I looked down to this picture because the picture made me want to look at it because it was of 2 people giving the camera the finger, which was Garrett Kurtz and Keegan Dunker. And then I think it was his Dakota Keller in the back of that truck. And so I opened up that picture and I couldn't help it. Gut instinct, whatever you want to call it, took over. I was so focused on who was in that passenger seat because of the hat, because of him. All I felt was darkness, evil. And I was looking at somebody else to do with Delphi. I think it was a Hockenberry or something like that, because he was accusing his brother of being the BG. So I was sitting there looking at that guy. So I looked at Keegan Dunker and I said, I'm going to come back to you because there's something about you I don't like. So I went back to Hockenberry guy, and then my husband and I had him help me tape because he has a Samsung, and I felt like Samsung was a lot better than iPhone because I have iPhone. And so I asked him to help me record some videos in slow motion. And so as I was looking at the videos that he had sent me that I'd taken, I accidentally hit one in fast. Well, the one that I hit in fast mode stopped in this spot where I said to my husband, I know that nose, because the nose was a little bit turned up. And I went right exactly back to that Keegan Dunker because I knew it was his nose, or I knew it was the turned up nose. And I brought Keegan Dunker's picture into the program, sat there, laugh all you want, doesn't matter. Sat there at nighttime on my iPad with my magnifying glass, just intent on finding markings, something to see if this person was involved. Well, lo and behold, I came across 2 moles. One that was right here and another one that was right there. So I was like, hold on, no way, no way that this person is the BG, but let me keep looking. So we don't know who the killer is besides what was said. And we can't say that for sure because, again, that's obviously, through secondhand information. Ben. So back in the video, you'll see where Sheena implicates herself and the Palladinos as being there, the ones that CJ killed those girls, and implicates the other ones, Mark and Jason as well. And so anyway, going back to what I was saying, brought his picture in, look at the pictures, looks at moles. I spent the night looking at about 10 moles, circling them, gathered part of my information. Next day, I start walking back home from work, a couple minutes away, start walking back home, and I'm like, hold on a second. Hold on a second. How could somebody from Canada find out who the BG is and nobody else could? It doesn't make sense. And actually, I was mad. I was mad because it didn't make sense. Because Garrett Kurtz, we know in hindsight, well, at least everyone does now, I mean, killed 2 other people after the fact. He knew Ron Logan's land. He knew Ron Logan. There is absolutely no way that he does not or is not part of this, or at least have the knowledge. Absolutely. There was no way. So if I knew that Keegan Dunker was the guy on the bridge that day, who I always felt was the lure, the person that did the job to basically not let the girls go back, and that there was others going to be waiting at the end of that bridge. To me, Keegan Dunker was the lure. So I can't say he was the killer. None of us can. None of us can say any of that besides just what we hear or find. But again, right, like anybody, they're innocent until proven guilty. All we can do is turn in things. So I come home and I think, you know what? I'm going to go back to Keegan Dunker's Facebook. And I remember looking at all the different pictures I had of the bridge guy. And I know that everyone kept saying that this was a mask or goggles or a scarf and some smoke or something coming out from underneath of his, on this side, actually, his chin. And I'm like, okay, you know, like trying to think, okay, the goggles, and I'm trying to figure out what this thing is. But after about the 1,000 pictures I've taken at this point, I remember seeing nostrils. And I remember going, well, wait a second, that's not goggles. That's a mask. And so I was looking at Keegan Dunker's Facebook again. And on Keegan Dunker's Facebook, there's a couple of things that really bugged me, obviously. First one is that the moles were matching to exactly his face in the BGs at the time. And that time I had probably had about 10 or so. Second thing was he was holding a pig exactly 1 year to the date of the girls' murders, almost with a smugness across his face. And the other thing was the mask. There was pretty much an identical mask that is on his Facebook that he has with a friend to a mask that I can see underneath of his chin. But not only that, then I dug, of course, deeper, and then I came across the Devil's Hop Yard, which I believe now he's taken down, but it was the Devil's Hop Yard video. Wow, that's a tongue twister in my mouth, isn't it? And I started zooming in, using programs just to zoom in and get the best pictures that I could. And the only thing I ever did with those pictures was just change the coloring and zooming them in. I never did anything to distort them. All I did was use lighting so that I could show myself and be able to show later on, it came to fruition, later on to show the people watching, hey, this is what you're seeing. So from the Devil's Hop Yard video, I could see that mask. And I blew it up, brought it in, and I was like, same ass mask. Doesn't mean that that's the same one he had in 2015 that he used. Just means that perhaps he bought another one. The crime scene was set to look like something other than it was. That's what told me that this was not just one person. That, well, I already knew it was Keegan Dunker. So for me, I had to go backwards and look for the story. You know, of course, at this time, nobody really knows who I am as a channel. I'm like, hey Gray Hughes, hey Greeno. Guess what? I sent information into the FBI. Just so you know, justice should be served soon. Thinking, you know, like this was the one piece that Doug Carter said. Here you go, all the way from Canada. Here's your bow. There you go. Why the heck should someone from Canada through social media be able to figure out who the BG is? Still shocks me to this day, to be honest with you. I mean, we don't know this now, and you won't know it till the future comes. So I can only say that I know this information now, and at some point it will come to fruition. Then so I sent that information, talked to an FBI guy. Guy was titless as anything, the first guy I talked to. You know, I was sitting there telling him he could have cared less. A couple months later, I was pissed off still. I was like, wait. I know that this is him. Why is there no arrest? One piece, you said, Carter. One piece. So then I called again to the FBI line. And trust me, I don't ever do stuff like that. You guys aren't even in my country, right? I mean, I'm from Canada and I'm calling the FBI. But okay. I have to do the right thing. You know, I mean, when you hear FBI, it's because I watch US stuff all the time. I mean, FBI, like, for me, is like FBI. That's like the big deal type of thing. So anyways, like, I'm calling a little bit nervous. But anyways, I get this female lady. Female lady gives me 10 minutes of her time. I record the conversation, gives me 10 minutes of her time. Finally, somebody that's actually listening to me. So at some point, then Pork Chop, we'll call her, comes into my life. A few other people, but they come and go. Can I help you? Sure. Oh, and then they come and go. Okay. Pork Chop comes into my life and says, hey, is there anything that you need help with? She was really trying to help me. Absolutely. I keep hearing about the Palladinos. Can you go look at there? So she does. She goes to Mark Palladino. I think it's said to go to Mark Palladino because Mark Palladino, Talitha Beckley, and Tabitha, what is it? Something, Jasmine Parker, Talitha Beckley, and Grigsby, father and son, and Palladino, Mark Palladino, were all charged for like some sort of robbery. And so that's why I said, can you go check out Mark Palladino? So she comes back with this note that's right in front of you from Jason Palladino, Mr. Grill Closer himself at Wendy's. Comes back with this beautiful piece of artwork because as soon as I seen it, and she knew who the BG was that I had said was the bridge guy, was Keegan Dunker. So again, it always usually takes hindsight for people to kind of go, oh, now we can keep putting those pieces together. So at the top of this note, and now let me put it this way. This is only deciphering what we thought it was. It doesn't mean it is absolutely that way. But Jason Clint Palladino, well, he was obviously talked about with Nicole Bowens. I know that Keegan Dunker is the BD, so I can at least attach him to Garrett Kurtz. Garrett Kurtz I can attach to Ray Hanish's death and Nicole Bowen's death. I can attach Palladino from what's been said to that as well. So I know that Ashley Garth, Palladino, I know that that Townsend, I know that Nick Edwards, I know that Sheena Cottrell, I know that all these certain names have been said in the Open Secrets video because of Chris Mathis and Garrett Kurtz, blah, 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 right? These are from their mouths. So then this note became strong because I knew that KD is the bomb. So that to me said, yes, KD is the bomb. As soon as I seen it, I said, this is a cryptic note. That's how I took it as, and I still believe it is, of course, to this day. So if you look at Jason Clint Palladino, hence who was just mentioned as being one of the people that was part of killing of the girls, his name is right on top. Not only is his name on top, but I know this is a bad version of it, but I do have a clear version. Anyways, anyone who ever wants to know more, go watch the Cryptic Note 3 video and you can see what I've laid out there. Most of that information will still hold true. Nothing's really ever changed besides the fact that Keegan Kline got introduced in December of 2001 of having Libby's contact from Anthony Schott's account with Libby's phone. So we have Jason Clint Palladino, and in the J and in the P, you can see the structure of the bridge. Okay, so that's basically like how the bridge looks. If you actually look at the Monon High Bridge and how Jason's spelt there. Now, I do have a comparison again, and I just didn't feel like bringing all this stuff up because I'm going to be doing a video, and basically it's going to be a cryptic note 3 point whatever, 3 point or 4.0 version, in a sense. And let's see, Sonny, Detective Steve told you without first generation images, no comparisons will be considered. Did you not understand what he was telling you? Well, let me tell you something for the girls. First of all, it doesn't matter to me if it's a first generation, second generation, or third generation. ISP put out that video for us. It's the only information you had. If I can still gather markings and everything from what they put out, then I would go revisit what you're saying to me and go do your own homework yourself before you want to, because I think I kind of can comprehend what you're saying because I didn't fall off of a turnip truck, you know? But I really hate stupid questions like that that are kind of put to me because obviously I understood what he was saying. Doesn't make it true. We don't know what generation it is. Does it matter? No. We only have to work with whatever they gave us to work with. That's it. That video, I can still make out the images. So if you got a problem with that, well, then there's the door and you know how to use it. All right. All right. So you know what? It's because of the tone to that your message. That's why you're getting that back. Because did you not understand what he was telling you? Well, are you stupid enough to ask me that question? Why don't you go do your own homework? That's how I take that. So get owned on that one, okay? So anyways, smile motherfucker. That refers to me, to the camera. And, you know, because usually when do you ever use smile motherfucker? It's smile motherfucker. So I know that there's a camera on top of his head. I've known that there's either a camera or a crossbow or something coming up behind his back for a long time. I was always wishy-washy. Is it a camera? Is it this? After a while, I honestly just gave up looking at all the different stuff that's on the BG that most people do not see. You guys simply do not see it by just looking at the video. You have to really dig into it. You didn't use ISP photo. You said you've used diggers yeah, okay. I'm just going to block you just because I don't got time for you. Okay, there we go. So yes, I have used diggers, which is from the ISP. I have used my own, which is the same video from the ISP. Digger actually even said to me, look, that's just the ISP video. I just brought it into the different closer, and closer. So it's not like I haven't used the actual ISP one. I've always used diggers right from the start and ISP both. But at the end of the day, it's still the darn same video. So does it really matter? It's not like it was transformed. I don't know why some people are just thick, because they're just thick. But anyways, so when it says like ain't no rest for the wicked, that to me means that that's probably the graveyard, and ain't no rest for the wicked. Again, this doesn't mean it's concrete. Up in the top where there's the C in the star, it was always kind of assumed that that was Ashley Garth's. But it's not like she has like some symbols, definitely like planets on her arm, but nothing like, I wouldn't say that she specifically has the C and the crescent moon and the star exactly like that, but she has something similar to that with stars. I still don't know to this day what this implies to. Apparently there was a cross left at the scene. I believe I have seen that cross, but it's nothing that I overly put out there because, again, it's kind of like, do I see one? Do I not? It looks like a cross? Yes. And then it says addicted. So I don't know if that C is in C plus J, because that's like a J, but it's not really a J. It's like a cross where it says addicted and equals. So I'm not sure if C plus J equals CJ Palladino. Chi effing Pi, that to me stands for Keegan and Palladinos. Was right here, reversed R. I always took that as meaning Ron Logan's land. KD is the bomb. Tick tick. And then you got the happy face with the X's, which typically will always mean death. And then you have, of course, what you consider the little map, right? Right. KD is the bomb because he was the one on the bridge that day. And anyways, I'm asking you on behalf of Garrett Kurtz to stop bringing him into it. Ashley Garth is her own person, and Garrett does not know anything that Ashley Garth may have been a part of. Well, you don't know very much about this case then, do you? Broken pinky promises. Or you've been deceived by him or something. So I'm going to tell you on behalf of Garrett Kurtz for myself, I will keep bringing him into it because he's actually a liar. Why wouldn't I bring him into it? He's clearly talked about Delphi. So I don't really understand what you're saying there. I mean, yeah, like, are you a friend, that actually believes him, even though he's like a pathological liar? I don't know. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyways, then it goes into the little map to the arrow, which you can tell to me, it's like this arrow, and it looks as if it's like a knife shape. Like, how when you add on and then you have the arrow and then you have the round circle and the star. So that to me was always like, whatever, the kill site, like where the girls have died. I don't know. I spoke to him today and he was actually stopped talking about him. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. Did you? I'm sure you did. Let me just block you because I don't got time for you. I'm sure you just spoke to Garrett Kurtz while he was in prison today. Absolutely. Okay. Anyways, so that's how I just saw the note, regardless of how anyone sees this note. To me, all I needed to know was that Kitty was the bomb and that the Palladino, at least Jason Palladino, was involved. I mean, I think it was only actually bonus that the information that I received outed them all, because it would make sense because I'd looked at them all. There's a few things. Oh, actually, let's stop here for a minute. And Deb and Adam, is there anything? Are you guys still awake? Actually, is there anything that you're seeing that you guys want to answer? Because I don't multitask the greatest, so I'm not really looking in chat. I'm just kind of giving you the whole reasons about the path that I've been on. And as the journey has gone on, then Deb and Adam have joined me on the It's a Crime and Shame channel. And then it becomes about Keegan Kline and, the attachment to Libby, because that he's lying too and that he failed the polygraph. So that there's somebody. And the one thing that sticks out like a sore thumb is that there was some sort of ski mask incident. Keegan Dunker knows the Brumette's there. The Kleins know that Brumette, the Brumette with one M. And that is the family where the girl had the ski mask incident. And that's the one that Keegan Kline could just go over to the house. So who was that other person that needed to look up the address? And not only that, but just prior to the show tonight, and as I was looking around more, I see that Ron Logan has attachments to the same people that the Palladino does, which is what I would consider more of I don't know for sure, but from the cartel side, in a sense, like the big druggies, you can tell. I can tell by going down the list that those names just get more, like, when they have the Mexican names, like Hernandez and, Vargas. And the one that I constantly see is Alvarez or Elvera. And I see Keegan Dunker's names on that guy's list. I just see all the attachments. So I always just felt that Keegan Dunker is the BG. Garrett Kurtz, he's a liar. He knows damn right who the BG is. But what brought him? Was it from the Palladino side? Because when you really look at this case, you're going to see Peru, Frankfurt, all the way, right? Most of what you're going to see is in Peru and Frankfurt, Indiana. And so it's always just a matter of, yes, I know Keegan Dunker knows Garrett Kurtz, but where does it tie in? What put him on the bridge? Who asked him to go on the bridge that day to do his part? Because that someone's with a camera loaded up and headphones and microphone, plus what he has on, that's not the person doing the killing. That's the person doing the videotaping, that's doing the lure. And then the crime scene is staged. Not one person named Keegan Dunker is going to do all of this. He doesn't have the brains, the power for that. It's a lot bigger than what it was. I have always said that. that Libby was lured to the bridge, regardless of what the police said. Yes, Raymond Alvarez, that one. You said it right the first time. So this is about bringing the darkness to the light. You know, I haven't changed my path since day one, besides things being added to it. Perhaps I'm sure it might change up at some point a little bit with people, but the whole storyline will become the same. This is about drugs, and chances are it's absolutely probably to do with revenge. There you go, Cindy. Cindy said it just as I said it. Okay. Deb, do you have anything, or Adam, that you're seeing that you wanted to say?
Well, I think you need to go over a little bit about what, are we saying the person you talked to's name?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I think you need to go over what he told you again, and who the killers are, because I think that kind of escaped from
Well, I'll bring up the note.
Story.
And if you know, and like maybe just like explain, you know, that how it came about that you didn't like seek out this information, that they came to you, and that this is just someone's word that they told you.
Right.
You know, it's not like you went digging for this information.
Well, that's not true. Yes, I did.
Well, you sent the one message.
I sent a message. Yeah. And I sent a message, and basically a couple days later I hear bing, and I, you know, just said thank you for replying, you know, da. And here, let me just bring it back up though, the note again. And
because it was a lot all after the video, so it all was like put together.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I was going to bring the note back up again. I should have just left it up there actually, but I kind of wanted to go over the cryptic note here as well. It's kind of a few things. And I'll hit share. Share screen. Okay. So, okay. Here's the note. Yeah. So, again, I mean, I just basically asked for a straight up answer. And I was literally I literally said to him, because it's a him, I had already said this before, that I need to absorb this. I really wasn't expecting finally someone just to answer me, especially someone that I know this is going to be one of the best sources besides the actual people involved, because this person is still in the knowing, as you can see, right? So Red, aka Sheena, was at my apartment, and she was beyond high. Garrett and Ashley was there too, and two other people, Blake and his boyfriend. If anyone knows who Blake and his boyfriend are, I would really like to know. He didn't seem to have a last name, because he said he was high. And so anyways, so Sheena was out of her mind high, going on about how she was there when CJ Palladino killed those girls, and she knows what all happened. I went to the cops with the information, and they dismissed it because I was loaded at the time. There was never talk of a videotape. Now, as we can see, Garrett Kurtz talks about that. So who knows how, if like, you know, I mean, he's answering truthfully so far. So maybe it was more of a Garrett Kurtz, Ashley, Sheena conversation, perhaps that Tamsin person. Either way. Furthermore, if I knew 100% who did that to them poor girls, I would go straight to the state police. I couldn't imagine if they were my children, it would break me. And then again, at the bottom, it says Sheena implicated the Palladinos all the way to Mark, Jason, and obviously CJ. Let's see here. So does anyone have any, I mean, I can't offer any information what I don't have, but I've always put the path out there, and the cryptic note, and KD for being the person on the bridge that day. People act like I'm actually thinking like that he's the killer. I've never said that he's the killer. I've only ever said that he's the person on the bridge. That's all Doug Carter. That's all I felt like that was asked, is who's on the bridge. If LE wants to deem that as the person on the bridge is the killer, that's totally up to them. That's not my place to say. I do not know. I was not there. I can only use the information, and I don't care if it's first, center, race, and second. It's what ISP put out there for us. The information I try to use is either because it's out of the horse's mouth of some person that's, or it's my work that I've done on Keegan Dunker, or anything that Ives has said, or a crime scene, which I know is the crime scene, but we'll just call it the potential crime scene. So it just becomes about things like that. As for the whole revenge, I'm just taking what we've heard, which seems the most accurate information from the cryptic note that KD is the bomb, Jason Palladino, from what Tina Rodell has said about Derek German, about what a close friend of the family's has said about Derek German was supposed to testify for a big crime, a drug boss, and just before the girls were murdered, and then the girls were murdered. So let's see. Thank you, 10 Lady. And thank you anyone who is appreciating watching this today. This is not easy work. This is a lot of time-consuming work. And it's one of those things is that it's gratifying knowing that you're trying to work your hardest, your damnedest at bringing to light a case that's 5.5 years old. I feel no shame, no guilt in anything I'm putting out there. I don't. Why? Because it's 5.5 years later. And what have they done? The only information that's coming out recently is because of murder sheets. And, so those have been very helpful. I don't think that they're damaging, but each to their own opinions on there. I don't care if somebody thinks that this is damaging either. I don't think so whatsoever. In fact, I want them to sit in their seats and start squirming a lot harder, because we don't know what they all have. We don't know what FBI has at all. We don't know what LE has. It's not even our place or right to say what they do and don't have, whether they have DNA, which they said they had DNA, but they never applied it to anyone in particular. We don't know how much NASA or Disney helped them or didn't help them. We don't know any of that stuff. So thank you, 10 Lady. Thank you so much.
Thank you, 10 Lady.
Yeah. Thank you for the support of the channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for saying the kind words, okay? Sunny, did you tip this in? No, I brought it to you first. No, of course I tipped it in first, just Pam. I mean, the logical, sensible thing to do was you would sit there and give this to FBI and LE first. And they might have already had it. Just because it says that he was deemed, we all know that this case maybe didn't start off on the best path.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Thank you, Ronnie Millsap.
Thank you.
Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the love and support.
I guess we should gloss.
Yeah, all right. I guess we should be glossing. And I'm so hot and thirsty. So
thank you guys. We don't want to gloss over anything.
Yeah, we don't want to gloss over. Ching. Cheesy, right? But whatever. I mean, what did that one person say about us? About glossing? I think someone said that they should put something in our gloss. I think. And then what did Susie Q say about our gloss?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
I don't know.
Something ignorant anyway. And and that's why that person got blocked just before I went live on there. But anyways, thank you very much for the support, and I hope that people are understanding this. So I'm going to take this down, and I'm going to bring another picture up. Again, I'm just giving to you what was said to me. And all I know is for me, there's a certain path that I've been on from the beginning. And this just is adding to everything that I've been thinking and saying to me. Okay?
Sally Ann, just so you know, what Sunny was told is not something that was open. That Open Secrets was told.
No.
Right. Thank you,
So
Just Pam. Thank you
thank you,
so
Just
much.
Pam. The CJ Palladino information has not
Never
anything
been
that's
said.
ever been said until it was sent to Sunny. And again, we don't know that it's true. We just know that it was sent to Sunny by this person who's very involved with that group.
Absolutely. Like, this makes sense because just got free. Oh, hi, True Crime. Hi, Steve. How are you? Yeah. No, Kai Pai, it does not equal Keegan Callis to me. I've looked at that name a few times, and I'm not saying that these people don't have a lot of dirt underneath their nails for sure. But Kai is Pi, is not. Actually, it was funny because this one time we were talking about Keegan, and this one person thought I was talking about Keegan Callis, and I'm like, no, I'm talking about a whole different Keegan. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? Okay. Then Keegan Klein's name came into the picture. And I'm just like, oh my God. And that's when it started. That people are like, Sunny changes POIs like she's changing her underwear type of thing, because now she's saying that Keegan Klein is a POI. Never once have I changed my POI. And I never will. I will say that till my dying day. Never
There's
change.
so many Keegans.
I know.
It's hard to keep track of them, you know.
Honestly, there is. It's like there's a lot of Steves out there. Apparently, there's a lot of Keegans out there too.
I'd forgotten about Keegan Callis actually until she just said that.
Yeah.
I've always wondered if Keegan Callis was Kai from Kai Pai.
You know what?
I'd forgotten the name.
Because it's spelled K-I-E.
Right. Gotcha. Right. And you know, I don't ever want to dismiss it, because just because what we see doesn't mean necessarily that this was it. Do I still believe that others were involved in this whole knowledge and thing? Absolutely. So could Keegan, I just don't think that Kai, the Kai is standing for Keegan, but it's a very logical thought.
And I doubt it. It's a sorority Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Of course you would.
I doubt it is. I don't think any of these people are from the Greek life.
So I'm going to bring up another picture here and share it with you. You know, like I said, I'm going to be doing another Delphi cryptic note. Okay. So if I'm not covering it today, because this was more about showing you about some answers, or at least for people that understand the path. Okay. Grizz thinks it's Kyle Kipling. Now, I'm not sure actually which Kyle Kipling, if that's that one with that one picture.
I don't know who that is.
I'm not really sure. Don't even know that name actually, Grizz, myself. Share screen.
Steve is babysitting grandson tonight.
Oh,
good luck.
Oh, it's Friday. Oh, by the way, you people. Go ahead.
Hopefully you use your investigative skills to control that child.
Yeah. What I would really like to do is, you know, Grizz, Sleuth, Marv, and Frank, you know, just pull together our information. And if there's anyone else that wants to join in, and just pull our information, because it's there. It's there to be had. We can find out the answers to this. You know, we're all people that like to dig and dig deep. You know, I know Fig's out there too. But anyway, so for anyone that really truly wants to help, it's kind of like here. You know, that's what I think I did a poll for. And let's just actually see what that poll says. Okay. Whoops. Let's see. 79% said, do you want to help us dive harder? 73% said yes. 9% said no. And 13% said, I'm too lazy. Oh, that's funny. So this is on CJ Palladino's, one of his many Facebooks.
Hey, Sunny.
Yeah.
Can you guess which way I voted in the poll?
You said I'm too lazy.
I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
You ain't wrong.
And right, Grizz.
I did. I 100% voted. I'm too lazy to do that.
Yeah. Because the thing is that like for me, for instance, there's something up with the bromettes and the whole ski mask and tie in there. There is something amiss there. Still haven't figured it out, but many brains are better. So if anyone after this, for instance, goes, Sunny, you know what? And then you can send I'm so sorry. I should put the banner back up. I took it down. I just didn't want it interfering as people were watching the video. I didn't want it to be a distraction. And if you want to email me, hey, I'll tell you where to dig or where you can look around. But bottom line is that I have been trying to connect the Palladino side, in a sense, to either the Bromette side or the Klein side, but more of a direct, right? I keep finding loosey-goosey ones, and I know that they connect, but it's just trying to bring that puzzle piece to the full circle. And yeah, so it's kind of like, here we have a nice chunk of information.
Right.
This is a huge chunk. Sheena is saying, I was there. I always knew Sheena, right from the get-go, because when it was said by Garrett Kurtz that about Sheena, and I see the Cottrells everywhere. I see them on Keegan Dunker's Facebook. I see them on Bo Cottrell. I see them on the Palladinos. The Cottrell name right there wouldn't shock me if it's because of the Cottrells that knew Keegan Klein. Remember, Sheena only lived about a block and a half from the Cottrells. These families and people won't know each other. And when some people maybe want to just dismiss Julian Palladino or Julian Powell, okay, that family has a lot of attachments themselves to the Palladinos, to the Frankfurt area and Peru. So wouldn't shock me if that little bugger actually did have knowledge, because we're talking about, like the group of druggies, these group of people that are they're just all intertwined. Oh, there's Sloop.
Oh, Sloopy, thank you.
So does this mean I don't have to do my birthday anymore? Yeah, I was going to do a nice little video and everything.
Just everyone save your money, because my birthday is on the 13th.
Can I tell you something funny, Adam, before we carry on? Yeah. But first, let's just put this over Debbie's face. And thank you, Sloop. Sloop, there she is. Oh, I guess I should gloss again. Huh, okay, there we go.
I wonder, so will you get more donations for your birthday, Sunny, or will I?
Oh, really? We'll see. Is that a challenge?
No, it was a question.
I don't know. Well, maybe if I was nicer.
It sounded like a challenge to me.
I know, right?
It was a general inquiry.
Oh, well, I guess we'll have to find out after my day. Oh no, because Isaiah's here to save me.
Well,
Thank
but
you,
it's
Isaiah.
Not.
No.
It's not your birthday yet, Sunny.
Yeah. Look at Isaiah.
Oh,
donations don't count until your birthday, Sunny.
I'm sorry, Isaiah. Who do you love more? Is it me?
Oh, Isaiah loves you more.
Or is it Adam?
Isaiah's never even mentioned my name.
No, because Isaiah's like Adam.
But I've lost for you, Isaiah.
Yeah, right, Deb?
Time out.
Right over your face.
Pat, happy birthday, Cat, Aussie girl.
Oh, sorry, Pat.
Celebrated her 50th.
Oh, is that today?
I don't know, but I wanted to tell her happy birthday.
I know.
Oh, happy birthday.
In our own limelight over here.
Thank you, Isaiah.
But it would be the day of, is if you were to challenge me to that, it would have to be from the day of only.
No, you can't say that now, Adam. Yeah, because no one's going happy birthday, Adam, for the 13th.
Well, yeah, because it's 12 days away. That would be like, I'm not that person. It's like, I need 2 weeks of a birthday.
Pretty sure I got this one on you. I'm pretty sure that Isaiah was like, Sonny, there's no way.
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you so much. He makes me blush though, but I appreciate that because it just says, Sonny, I love you. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being awesome.
Carol said, Aspen, Adam, put the pink lip gloss on again and I'll romp the competition.
I've got it over here somewhere.
Oh, right.
I put it off to the side so I didn't accidentally put it on, but I'm sure I could find it.
Uh-huh.
Zen Monkey, possibly.
We'll save that for my birthday.
Yeah. Are you gonna make a special video for your birthday too, Adam?
Well, no, I don't really self-promote that way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's so. Let's just go back to his answer. I'm too lazy. Oh,
Bingo.
I'm just playing with you. You deserve all of the love and admiration in the world.
go on. Except for those people that
Let me finish.
No.
I was going to say, at your advanced age, you deserve all of the love and admiration you get.
Yeah, my advanced age. What a backhanded compliment that was, right?
I'm pretty sure it was front-handed.
Front hand, backhand, whichever.
Emily Scott is 6 days away from her due date with a baby boy.
Oh,
Emily,
congratulations,
if you can hold off for 12 more days, you'll have your baby on the 13th.
So, Adam, I still have a story to tell.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's get back to it.
Yes, please get back to it. I'm sorry. I will stop. No more interrupting.
Okay.
Sonny deserves all the donations.
Squirrel.
Right. Squirrel. There. Okay. So when I was at work yesterday, I'm talking to this lady. And of course, anyone knows that I can talk and talk and talk, especially when given the opportunity to. So anyway, this lady's talking. And as I'm talking to her, I can tell I'm just like, I'm dying to ask her when her birthday is. Because everything she's saying to me, I'm going, you're a Cancer. You're a Cancer. So at the end of it, as we're talking deeply, I said to her, what sign are you? She goes, Cancer. And I'm like, July 3rd. And she's like, July 13th. And I was like, hey, my friend Adam, that's his birthday too. But I just knew that she was a Cancer.
Wait a minute. You guys are Cancers?
No.
But Sonny, so
somehow I never knew that.
You knew she was a Cancer. You knew that, like, when you heard the 13th, you were like, oh, that's why she's so incredible, right?
Pretty much what I said, almost verbatim, Adam, word for word. I was like, I have this amazing friend that comes on my channel, and his name is
Cancers. Hey, Cancers. You're putting our numbers in the toilet.
Wait a second. Adam, do you hear that?
Yeah, we did. We dropped like 40 people since we started talking about us.
Oh, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. You know what? As long as you guys hit the like button, hit the share, because all we're trying to do here.
Suzanne, another Cancer.
Another Cancer? Yeah.
Right.
Tons of Cancers. Yeah, July 15th.
And Marv's birthday is tomorrow.
Marv's is tomorrow with mine.
So,
yeah.
And then in Deb, if she gets more donations than us in February, then you'll never see her again.
Right. Gone. About catfish before the murders.
Can I read this question?
Yeah.
Kelly, that's my favorite.
Wasn't Garrett Kurtz ribbing someone about being catfish before the murders occurred?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever it was, they absolutely felt wasn't attractive. Yeah, he was teasing Kagan Dunker.
Yeah, Keegan.
By a 14-year-old, right?
Right.
Yeah, like there's a lot of
Facebook page.
You guys, trust me, this case would have been solved. I feel like if only I could have access to those 2017 Facebooks.
Yeah.
And Instagrams and all those ones that were all freely open. Darn it all. Feel like honestly, the answers would have been there. But I always believe that everything it's meant to go in the line it's meant to go of the universe.
I also think that it's very telling that all those people have a big gap, that their 2000 they posted tons, but their 2017 has almost virtually disappeared.
Right.
even from Kagan Klein's
Yeah.
Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just such a strange coincidence. I can tell you that when my cousin was killed, the people that we felt were responsible, same thing happened. They disappeared. Their post disappeared, and they disappeared from Facebook for like over a year.
Yeah. Some of them literally disappeared on that day. Literally, their last post was like the same freaking day and then gone. So KD was lured by a 14-year-old unattractive girl.
I wouldn't say unattractive.
Well, again, I mean, people play games on these sites all the time, though. You know,
Again, I wouldn't call anyone unattractive.
Why?
Well, I don't think she's calling anyone unattractive. I think that's what the post said. The post was alluding to that. I think she's just reiterating what the two of them were saying back and forth on the post.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't saying Mary was saying it. I was just
Well, all I know is that look at the date here that CJ Palladino posted this. February 22nd of 2017. Do not fear me for who I am. Fear me for what I am capable of. You know? And again, he has multiple Facebooks, people. But to me, he has this very satanic, like kind of devil necklace that he wears or that he has on. So yeah, I know that that information is probably going to be pretty darn truthful. Again, an unexpected answer, because I've tried to talk with many people, and it's very frustrating, and I'm sure it's only more frustrating for Ellie as well. But obviously, when I say that, obviously, how many times do I say that? But anyways, for the fact of either people don't want to speak because they're afraid that somebody's going to recognize their voice on a live or whatever the reasons, or that somehow someone's going to go, yeah, you know, they're in fear. And for some people, rightfully so. And then you have those people, because, you know, if you're living in the area, I get it. Everyone thinks like, oh my God, all I have to do is go on a live and somebody's going to know that's my voice.
Right.
The only people that are going to know that's your voice is literally probably your mom and your closest friend. Most people probably aren't going to know who you are. But regardless, and then there's the people that have knowledge, and they'll give you a little tidbits perhaps. And that's about it. And then it's like they just stop. And you're just like, so nobody really seems to want, like everyone claims that they want to help. And it just seems like a lot of people don't. I've messaged, you know, like I've messaged Jimmy Snowburger. I've messaged, you know, Max Snowburger. I've messaged a lot of people.
Those Snowburger boys.
Hey, I know, right? Jimmy Snowburger.
So here's so Jane from the country said, how will this case be solved? I'd like to get everyone's opinion on this. Confession, witness, family member or friend, or new technology.
1 second.
So
I say witness. Chat,
say one. If you agree, say 1, 2, or 3.
Okay,
I say witness.
I say witness too.
Put it in the chat if you. Because I'm curious to see everyone's opinion. Although I don't care to see naked HD XYZs.
Yeah.
I hid him from the channel.
Oh, but I wasn't able to click on the link yet.
You said you didn't want to see it.
Not yet. Okay. Do we have a time this was posted on February 22nd, 2017, Sunny?
Well, do Facebook put the time actually? Or I don't think that they put the time. I think that they might. Hold on, let me just take a look.
Right. Thank you, Linda. We have a new member, Linda Pierce.
Oh. Deb, before we go any further, can you just talk about the membership again, just for the people, about what they need to do?
French, I
Okay.
don't know what number 4 meant.
That meant don't know.
Okay. If you want to become a member, basically there's a little square on the computer that says join. If you're having problems joining from your phone, you might want to wait until afterwards and go to your laptop or desktop and join that way. There are several different levels, and the lowest one is Paw Patrol. It's $1.99 per month. You can join for that.
Right.
Am I keeping you awake?
I know.
I thought I was on mute. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, you can join for that. And once you do, if you look down the bottom of the chat, there's a little smiley face, and there are all these cute emojis that you have access to as a member. And you also will have access to our private Facebook page, and how you apply for that. Once you become a member with like at least Paw Patrol, once you become a member, then you can email Sunny at acrimingshame.com, acrimingshame@gmail.com. Let her know your Facebook page name, and then go to the Facebook page and apply for membership. And please answer all 3 of those questions. Now, if you're watching and you're just going to go to our Facebook page, you won't get in if you just answer the 3 questions. You actually have to join our channel for
Yep.
at least the $1.99 a month Paw Patrol. Again, it's acrimingshame@gmail.com.
So DP has nothing to do with it.
I don't believe.
If you're
I don't
referring to
believe he
Daniel
does.
Pearson, if I can
I've
give
not.
my opinion, I think that Daniel Pearson was doing nothing but having an affair,
Right.
and didn't want anyone to find out about it.
Yeah.
But that's speculation on my part. I don't know, but that's the impression I get.
Same here.
And Joey, if you can still join our channel, and you don't have to join the Facebook group. We are gonna start implementing more members only things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just the Facebook you'll gain access to.
Right.
Because I get some people don't use Facebook.
Right. You don't have to join the Facebook if you don't want to.
Right. There will be other perks.
I don't see where it says times, like what time it was actually posted. Shared with public.
And what was the date it was posted again?
The
22nd.
February 22nd.
I'm sorry, both of you talking, I can't hear. Can one answer? February what? Sunny?
22nd.
Thank you, Adam. You guys are impossible.
February 22nd, 2017.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Adam.
Yeah, and Joey, no, you do not have to give Facebook info to join at all. The Facebook is just a perk. If you're a member, you can then get access to the Facebook page, but you don't have to join the Facebook page. Although Deb posts some pretty provocative things in there, I will tell you that.
No, I don't.
You sure? Truth?
But she could. But she could. It looks like most people in that poll are saying number 2, which would have been oh, I lost it now.
Zen Monkey, that would
is witness.
Yes. Yeah.
Zen Monkey, that would be a question for Sunny.
What was it?
He wants to know where CJ is now.
California.
Is he still in California, actually?
Is he?
I don't know that he is, actually. I mean, you know what? I actually knew the answer to this, and now my brain just went blank. If he is still there or not. I don't know if he is still there or not.
We can 100%
Yeah,
find out for you,
absolutely.
Zen Monkey.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he has about 4 Facebook pages too, so it's
Right.
really hard to tell which one is actor.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
GLH, I understand. I got burnt out on Facebook for a long time. I use it more now because of this case and because of this Facebook group than I have in a very, very long time. But before that, I rarely use social media, so I get it.
what does this picture remind you guys of?
Little Red Riding
The hood up. It reminds me of the fact that Abby had her hood up. Is that what you're thinking?
No, but now I am. It does, well, to me, because of the thing that's before it and because of what was said. I mean, I always thought that this was a very odd picture. It actually reminded me of Chadwell, actually, because of that.
Too.
Yeah. But regardless, this, you know what I mean? It just kind of shows you what this person is like.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, so yes, it does remind me of the Delphi murders, because it's kind of like that thing that was out there that I think most people already would have known, that the girls were stabbed. It's been well said by Garrett Kurtz about Michaela saying it. So it was just one of those things, you know. Oh, there's nothing to show here. Oh, what happened there? I'm not really sure. Oh, I'm not really sure here. There's nothing to show here. What does that say? Oh, that's nothing. Huh.
Yeah, again, Zen Monkey says that's why he asked, because of the photo of his California Facebook page, right? But I just found another one that's his, just looking right now. So there's 5 or 6 different Facebook pages for him.
Right.
It's really hard to tell which one.
Yeah, Sonny, Steve sent you an email.
Sent you an email. Okay, yeah, and I think my camera just was acting up. So I'm gonna have to go out for a second.
Steve never sends me an email. Has he sent you an email, Deb?
What?
Right?
Does Steve email you, Deb?
No, but I never gave him my email. Did you give him your email?
He doesn't email me either. Huh. I see what that's about. So, should we block someone from the stream when they try to come back in?
She might yank the cord and cut us completely off.
Who wants to see a different view?
Thank you, Julia, for Sunny and Adam. She said happy birthday.
Oh, look. Oh, wait. What was that?
Okay. Can I say something? Suzanne Thompson, I live in Indiana and live in a perfectly lovely area.
What happened there?
Anyway.
The whole state of Indiana is not, it's not like that. This is just like a little small area, a really small area. So, yeah, don't be afraid to visit Indiana.
Are you playing, Adam?
No.
You're gonna knock my audio off doing that.
No.
Thanks for the email, Steve. I was just trying to. I thought that there was anything else that I wanted to show.
Sonny, do you think that Nancy is Nancy Grace?
Absolutely. Why not? Even if it's not, why
I
not?
like to think it is.
I believe that pic is the promo for Werewolf movie, and absolutely could be. I'm sure it's a promo from something. Regardless, it's, you know, I've always, like I said, looked at all the Palladinos and the Grigsbys and everything like that, but it was always Jason's name that was everywhere. So what I learned from this was, it's not the only reason why people are scared of Garrett Kurtz is because of his connection to the Paladinos.
Mm-hmm.
Paladino is the hierarchy in this
Mm-hmm.
case to me. But then there's the hierarchy above the Paladinos. To me, this still is a revenge-based crime to do with drugs. And all you have to do is look to the Paladinos and their whole criminal history. And you look to the Cottrells, look to all these people's names that have been coming out from within Open Secrets, to be honest with you. And Keegan Dunker is the name that I brought forth because of, basically, my investigative skills of looking at the video, spending all that time on it, to know that my work for me, I was complete. I was happy. I always check my work, double check, triple check. I check and check and check and check and check. I wasn't born yesterday. Like I said, when it comes to certain things in life, right, you just have certain knacks. And it wasn't really actually, so although my brain might think out of the box, or it has intuition, it took me a while before I got to be more proficient with these programs and to be able to use them to the best of my advantage, to my own skill set limitations, knowing that I'm always learning, I'm always growing. But if there's one thing that's clear to me, it's that KD was on the bridge that day, that the Paladinos, based on what we saw, seem like likely POIs for what happened to the girls. The reason why I'll put a lot of more, what do I want to say? A lot of more, what's the word I'm looking for, Adam? I want a little more substance to what was said, is because this was a person definitely in the knowing of
Right.
these people. That this would be right up there in that 90 percentile, if not higher,
Right.
to me, of information. And obviously, there's people that do want justice, but they don't want to bring forth that information. And if this person felt like they tried and they weren't listened to, like most people, well, I could have left it calling the FBI once, but it pissed me off because that one guy that answered, that I felt the need to try again and hopefully get
Right.
a better person. But most people aren't going to want to, like I said, involve themselves in this, because they probably, like I said, behind the closed doors, they want to talk. But it's amazing how many people, it just bugs me to no end that so many people say that they want to help, but their help is very limited because, no, don't bring me into this. Don't say this. Don't do that. Don't do whatever. And it's like, what good are you then? I mean, honestly, because it's like I said, unless you're willing to kind of share some of the info of actual knowledge because you were there or knew Ashley Garth or knew Keegan Dunker, can go, look, that guy's lying. He lived in, when you look at it, most of these people knew each other, including Tiara, which is the escort from Judge Fouts, we're all from that Brookston area just outside of Delphi, where Garrett Kurtz has his grandparents living. Keegan Dunker has his parents lived there. Tiara, a lot of people are from that Brookston South Bend area, and they just know each other.
Right.
A small place, right? It's amazing how even though they're counties apart by 20 and 30 minutes to meet, how much they still all know each other.
That's how small towns are. That's how rural towns are.
Yeah. I grew up in a small town for a while, so I understand that.
Yeah, my high school was 25 minutes away. So it was, you had to drive through 3 towns to get to it.
Thank you, Kim. I like the word that Kim just used there. You know why? Because at work, my boss, the owner of where I work, he always says, "You know why I like you, Sonny? Because of your tenacity. Because I'm that feisty fighter, right? If I think something's wrong, I got that tenacity." So thank you for saying that because that's the exact same word that he used with me.
And Ronnie, it's a Corona.
I know my Corona. Okay, you know what's
It's my
I
Sharona.
I know, right? My little pretty
It's
one.
been a long week.
Hey, yeah. And again, it's Canada Day over here. And Burning Daylight. Wonder why GK says he doesn't know LG, but he dated MB, who is her cousin. Um, so okay, now my brain's just tired. So
Libby German and Michaela Babcock.
Okay. Wonder why GK said he doesn't know LG. Right. You know what? I have to call bullshit on it. I do. I have to call bullshit because the Babcocks, the Clausens, but then again, I just the reason why I put Pinocchio in there is simply because, thank you. The reason why I put that in there was just to show that when he already knew this information, it's clear as day. The person that said this knew, like he said, he was at my apartment with Ashley. Ashley and Garrett were at my apartment with Blake, and whoever knows if Blake and the other and his says it's his boyfriend. I drink Sunny Delight. I know, right? That's I love Sunny Delight actually. But
Gives me heartburn.
I know that's the thing. Is that too much acid gives me heartburn too. And like especially orange juice, but I love it. I love it. But so at the end of the day, it's just kind of like he constantly lies when he said he didn't know. Oh, if he knew, he would make sure that he turned them in or whatever. Shut the front door, Garrett Kurtz. Like it makes me laugh when that person came in going, I just talked to Garrett Kurtz today and he said to quit talking about him and da. Blake Hicks, Sheila Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Is that who it is?
We had mentioned that name, remember?
I've seen so many darn names. I looked at a lot of Blake. So Blake Hicks, huh? I'm just gonna look that up for the sake of it right now. Deb, can you talk?
What are you looking up?
I'm gonna look up Blake Hicks, but I'm kind of like, okay, there we go. Lives in Flora, but this person has 2 kids. Blake Hicks.
Well,
That
they
doesn't
could.
mean
I mean,
anything.
it's been 5
No, I
years.
know it doesn't.
Anthony
mean
Greeno
anything.
has how many?
Oh my
Right?
God.
Who also knew Tierra?
Absolutely. Tierra has
Right.
Kurtz on the list but she said she knew him. From
Greeno.
Yeah, but Greeno is on, like, there's this guy named Jesse Greeno. Let me put it this way.
No, I meant Tierra knew Greeno.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They had one encounter.
Yeah. But Greeno's name, he's all in the mix of this. If you look around, meaning that Greeno name is all right there. Okay, Deb or Adam.
What?
I need to take a break.
Okay.
Why don't you play your video and we'll pee real quick?
Oh, you talking about my drunk video? Well, unless Deb wants to talk about something. Nope.
We need a commercial.
Okay,
we need a commercial break video to play.
Yeah. Okay. And how many? We've been going for 2 hours. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. And I just feel like this case.
I can read some questions.
Want to
take a break?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Anna says, if all these people have guilty knowledge, it's hard to believe no one is given the ultimate knowledge to law enforcement by now. Well, the person that Sonny talked to did try to give it to law enforcement, but of course he went there wasted out of his mind, and so they did not believe him. But I think they also are afraid. I think that just like Chris Mathis said, that he was, worried that something would happen to his family or his girls, just the same way that it did with Libby and Abby. Let's see. Let's find another one. Callie says they're probably afraid of retaliation. Exactly. Sloopy's leaving the chat. Her phone is dying. Bye, Sloopy. Have a good night, hon. Let's see. Let's find some more questions. More questions. Ben, Kagan Klein's court date is September 1st. Will something happen in this case before spring? I believe that something is about to happen. That's just, a gut feeling from the things that I'm hearing from people who live in that area and who have family members who are in law enforcement and in the legal system there. So we'll see. I've got my, hands praying for that, that we'll see some kind of some information or something happen there. But yeah, even if an arrest was made, it could take up to 2 years. Because if you remember, Carter said, once we've made that arrest, then we're going to have to hire about 68 people. And he said specifically 68 people, which was weird, to go through all the files and go through all the information. So it's going to be pretty extensive, but it could take up to 2 years. And I think the law says that they have to be given their due justice or their time in court within 2 years. Okay, let's see. True Crime Web said I need to send Deb an email on pointers for herding cats. Right? Steve knows. Sunny, the work you have done is amazing. Love your tenacity. She read that one earlier, didn't she? She definitely does not let go of once she gets a tip on something. She doesn't let go of it. That's for sure. Make sure you're putting any other comments or questions in there. Paula, who is above Palladino? Carol had brought this up. I'm interested to know. We don't know who's above Palladino. I know that Reagan, the Reagan person, is supposedly the head over the head drug lord for the trails for that area. It could possibly be him. It could be someone in power. We don't know. And Sally Ann says, good luck getting an unbiased jury given what's been leaked. Right, Sally Ann? I could not agree more. Aussie says, finally figured out how to comment. Oh, yay, Aussie.
Okay, I got to say that too, because that's a few times. I think that Ozzy said I couldn't figure out how to comment in here, and because I don't use my phone or anything, I don't actually know the answer, but yay.
Amy says, who is CJ? I can't keep the initials straight. I know initials. There's so many of them. The one that Sonny was referring to is CJ Palladino.
Curtis.
He's part of the Palladino family. Yeah. And his brother is Jason. CJ. His brother's Jason and his dad is Mark. And they've all had their issues with legal problems with the law.
And yes, Palladinos are drug dealers. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was said on Reddit that I remember on Reddit, I was reading this story and it was pretty much verbatim to what I've been saying all along. But there was a couple little things in there I thought was interesting. And one of them was that, from what that Reddit post said, was that CJ Palladino broke into Ron Logan's place a couple months prior. And so I was like, oh. And so again, it's about digging. So if anyone does, again, understand this path, understand what you're seeing in front of you, and you guys want to try to work hard too, and send it to the email at crimingshame@gmail.com. If you come across something that you feel is significant for an attachment, the attachments we're really looking for is for Keegan Dunker and the Brumettes with 1M, BRUMETT. That's one where the female incident happened with the So it's basically this. It's you have Ashley Garth, Garrett Kurtz, Chris Mathis. No, Chris Mathis, I don't believe is involved. Remember, he talked a lot, but he said, "I'll tell you what I saw." So he obviously saw something. Hello, hanging with Sunny. But anyways, it's really about the circle of here's the murders of the girls in Delphi. Then you have, well, what you see in front of you, the cryptic note saying Katie is the bomb. So let's say that's Keegan Dunker. Well, I know it is to be Keegan Dunker. And then we have the Paladinos, but somewhere it's crossed over into a full circle that someone went to the Paladinos or the Cottrells. Somebody knew of Keegan Klein and had him use the Anthony shots count. That's who Keegan Klein is protecting. And I still don't believe that it's Tony Klein that he's protecting. I think we're talking about big drug dealers here. There's a guy named John Galitko, who's a big, supposedly, I was told from people in Peru that he's a big drug dealer too. If you look at his Facebook, oh my God, it's a plethora of chicks and names for galore. But I believe that the name that would probably connect, if it was to a higher power, has more of a Mexican connection, the mafia connection. And that's to do
The
with
cartel.
like the
It
cartel.
would be the cartel.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone just asked who broke into Ron Logan's. CJ Palladino broke into Ron Logan's home or property.
Say that again, Deb.
Someone asked who, they wanted to know who it was that broke into Ron Logan's property.
Well, the post
It
that
was
I saw
CJ.
on Reddit was CJ Palladino.
Yeah.
So let me put it this way. I've never been able to exclude or include Ron Logan. I will have to rewatch the information from Marv and Frank's live. The Bee Gees hat was always suspicious to me because of the dent, pretty much verbatim. Slash, the person was, could have been that Ron Logan, the crime scene could have been used as a misdirect to make it seem like Ron Logan did it, and point the fingers towards that way. And hence why it possibly could have been said that it was led to misdirect, but none of the information led to anything. But I know that there was a mask there. That same mask that's under the Bee Gees' chin is the mask that's at the crime scene. So I know for sure to myself that that is there. And then it just becomes, what does it all mean? But again, if anyone doesn't know the path, it's all you have to do is watch Cryptic Note 3. It's 3 hours long. It was a very long video. Took quite a long time to make, but to show you the path of it all. And I think someone said that all you have to do is type in Keegan Dunker on Facebook, and you'll see a picture of him all day long. Paula. Hello, Sunny, Deb, and Handsome Adam. Love you all. I'll need to rewatch because I'm late. Was at the Tyler Fellers Faith Friday and a panel guest. I need a prayer. Had a stroke last Wednesday.
Oh, no.
Oh, absolutely, hanging.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear about that. So prayers to you, hanging with Sunny. Thank you for coming to join us.
Prayers for your healing.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm Carol. Deb, let's go over this again just quickly, if you don't mind. When they said that it would be a shock, when was that said? At the first press conference?
It was said at the beginning. I don't know if it was the first press conference, but it was said by Tobe. And he didn't, I don't put a lot of stock into it because they did not know. They weren't focused in on what had happened. And I think he was making a generalized statement saying, you might be shocked when we find out what happened. And I also think that the shock could be how it happened, why it happened, the whole thing, the way the girls were murdered, etc. I just don't put a lot of stock in it because it was said at the very beginning and it was Tobe that said it. Yeah.
I don't put a lot of stock in that either. Besides to say, the thing I do put a lot of stock into is when it was said not too long ago, Deb, that um that a lot of like basically there was a lot of families hurt at the beginning, but wait till the truth comes to surface, and that a lot of families will be hurt. Um, when Doug Carter said that,
Did they say
because
hurt or upset? I can't
no,
remember.
I can't remember. I'd have, you know what? Don't remember where that interview was. I remembered he was standing outside and he was talking about it, and you could what he said was about there's going to be a lot of families hurt or whatever, or even a deeper word than that, to be honest, when the truth
And
comes out.
and remember back then they were at the beginning convinced that it was Ron Logan. So
Yeah.
that's why they
Mhm.
may say people are going to be shocked that it was, Ron Logan. Everyone knows
Yeah.
him.
I just think as a whole, the whole, like a lot of people thought this was one person. Because the LE and people just, go off of just what they said, thinking that it was just the bridge. Like, when you get planted seeds and then people get so focused on that one seed plant that it kind of sticks with them, that it's just the one person. This was to me clearly not one person. And I don't think I think it just took a lot of just common sense thinking to realize that this was more than one person, because one person cannot accomplish, no one person could accomplish killing two girls, but one person's not going to accomplish in a short period of time staging a crime scene that I've said was something you would definitely take a picture of. All that stuff with a camera on his head and headphones on and all that stuff, crossing river, blah blah blah, going up, staging a crime scene, that's not all going to happen by one person. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Never did.
Joey, no. Garrett Kurtz has not been charged with Ray Hanish's murder. They're saying that it occurred during an act of sex and that it was an accident, but I don't believe that.
And sadly, they probably will never be able to convict him of it because they never took evidence from the crime scene. They never did any investigation. And so, sadly, there's probably no way they can ever convict him
Right.
of the crime. And they don't seem to be interested in it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people with Nancy that are just wrong.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I think if you look at it, Nancy, he's the mayor. Like the minute that someone saw him, they would know who he was. And even if it was a young girl and she did know who the mayor was, once she gave a description as a witness, gave a description and, saw him on the news because he's been all over the news and the paper, etc. Since then, she would have said, oh, that's the guy. So I think he's just too much of a public figure to have done that and gotten away with it.
Right. And I understand I understand that people say he had a scratch and then he had a bump, but what would his motive be? I know I'm not saying he's a good guy. I'm not saying he's not shady. He definitely has shady family members, but what would his motive be when he was listed as one of the youngest mayors in America with a huge political future ahead of him? Why would he want the attention of two murdered girls in his town? Because it did nothing to help his political career.
My thing here too, Adam, is this. What really builds a case around Shane Evans?
Nothing.
Like
Nothing.
What? She has shifty eyes and probably is like a little rat.
And people are like, oh, he knew Cody Patty. I'm like, yeah, because it's a small town and they went to school together. And
their families know each other.
Right.
I mean, why? That's not suspect.
Like McClelland, right? Is there like as a family member of the family, and it's like that's what I mean.
All of the kids at Columbine High School knew Dylan Kalibi the Dylan and the other kid's name. They all went to school with killers. They all grew up and went to school with them. That doesn't mean they were involved in it.
Right.
Murder Sheets is sus. Yeah.
But you know what? If Shane Evans is the killer, I will eat my words. But I don't think
I will eat Adam's words.
my words taste good, Sonny.
Right?
My words taste sweet, Sonny.
Are they sweet like sugar? Yeah. I just
No, they're a little bitter.
At the end of the day, what you have before you at the moment for anyone watching this is probably the best information that you're going to see with regards to the murders. I honestly, it was an unexpected, I'll say, treat, because I was just expecting I know nothing, or not even an answer. I know for me that this is definitely within the scope of what the path I've been on for a long time, because of what Garrett and Chris Meth is, and what things that have been said, my own research that I've done with regards to Keegan and the Nicole Bowen case and Ray Hanish. This is coming from one of the, like I said, most knowledgeable people that would have knowledge of this, that literally was in his apartment with Ashley and Garrett and Blake and his boyfriend talking about it.
Carol, don't take a break from us. I understand, though, if you need to take a break from the case.
Yeah, we've all been there.
We've all been there.
I've been following it since day one, and I had to take an extended break from it. It gets to you. It does. Yeah. And especially when you're in the throes of, researching and trying to talk to people, and people are messaging you and from the area and telling you what they've heard, seen. It.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Kim, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, Sonny, you go ahead.
No, I'm busy now looking at an email.
Kim, if Sean Evans is involved, how? Because you seem certain when you say, "Oh yes, Sean," and I'm not being rude. I just if Sean Evans is involved,
Shane
Evans is involved. Just explain to me how.
Yeah, so we can.
What's his motive, and how do you account for the fact that he was 30 minutes away at a city council meeting on videotape at the time of the murder? Because I'm just curious. Because like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words. But
I'd kind of like to see that.
Say? Yeah. Can someone read the message again for Susan?
I don't have it up, so you're going to have to.
I can pull it up really quick.
I can read it.
No, I can do it really quick. I can get it really quick.
And so to answer Burn and Daylight, what I'll do when this is over, well, regardless, this case isn't going to be over for years. Even if somebody's, this will always be something for years to talk about, even if someone is convicted tomorrow. And at the end of the day, again, we have some other cases like Evansdale and different ones that we would all like to look at. Maybe Deb and Adam have certain cases that are intriguing to them.
Right. We just took a look at the Flora girls last week.
Yeah.
Adam and I did. Yeah.
Yeah, and Sonny, I and Steve did a really deep dive into Evansdale last week, and we pretty much blew it all wide open.
You mean Steve did?
Steve did, yeah.
I don't think Deb was there, but to read for Suzanne, so Red, aka Sheena, was at my apartment and she was beyond high. Garrett and Ashley were there too, and two other people, Blake and his boyfriend. Sheena was out of her mind high, going on about how she was there when CJ Palladino killed those girls, and she knows what all happened. I went to the cops with this information, and they dismissed it because I was loaded at the time. There was never talk of a videotape unless Sheena told Garrett that I never heard of that. Furthermore, if I knew 100% who did that to them poor girls, I would go straight to the state police. I couldn't imagine if those were my children, it would break me. And I will point out that there was not one punctuation mark in any of that.
That's my type of person. That's exactly how I am.
But, and again, I hope that wasn't, didn't think I was being weird. I really am curious if you really think that Shane Evans is the killer. You know, I would like to know why and what evidence you think there is for it, because I've just never been able to see it. But I know that a lot of people share that sentiment.
Okay, so Ben says, what about DNA? Do you think they're waiting for technology advancement to provide a profile?
No, I don't.
I think they have a profile.
Yeah.
We just don't know it because they're not telling us.
They have DNA. We know that.
Yeah.
And Tobe at one point in an early interview said that they were fast tracking the DNA and that they had fingerprints. But then we never heard anything more about it.
I was going to say, you know, I shouldn't know what I was going to say. I was going to say something.
What
I was going to say something and then it just went gone.
Thank you, Lori.
Welcome to Paw Patrol, Lori.
Yeah. So make sure that you send an email to. Oh, hold on. Thanks, Lori, for becoming a new member. And please email It's a Criming Shame. Did I say that right, Deb? A Criming Shame at gmail.com with your username here and with your Facebook name to go to the link for the It's a Criming Shame Facebook. And I guess I should drop that link. Let me just go grab it.
I think our mods have all abandoned us for the night.
Yeah.
Well, guess I'm just gonna have to be the best mod ever. Just give me a second though. I gotta find it again. Okay. I think Michael's mad at us again. He was in here.
No, he was on here. He was on here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He may be listening. He was in here earlier.
Okay. And yeah, and I'm gonna drop this here.
You guys, we have 257 people in the chat, 254, and 195 thumbs up. So if you can give us a thumbs up so we can try to get a little bit closer to that.
Oh, do we have 195 thumbs up?
Yep, 195. We want to get to 252.
Oh, you know why? Because I was looking at the wrong darn video.
Belinda's here.
Oh, let's see. Is Belinda here? Hi, Belinda. How are you?
Hi, Belinda.
Yeah, there we go. I'm going to end that poll, actually.
Wait, Lisa, did you see Kelsey as young? No, really?
Yes. It was just ridiculous.
Who put that out there?
I don't even want to mention the.
No, they deserve to be called out if they.
No, I don't want to give them any kind of publicity.
Okay.
I don't want to give them any kind of publicity.
Disgusting.
It was somebody who's ridiculous.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about, and I'm good with that.
Yeah. No, I was reading Lisa's comment.
Yeah.
If someone put that on YouTube as a theory, fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move on from that.
Yeah, Ronnie Millsap says, I wish someone would bring me a sandwich and a soda. Me too. I got the soda, but I need that sandwich.
Thanks, Belinda. So, Joey, did you go check and see if your Palladino cousins are related? And again, you know what? We're going to have a members one soon, just for members.
Right.
That way they can, we can.
Because not everyone wants to join a Facebook page, so I get that, and I, have little private member things that
Yeah. Hey, did I drop that link? I think I did.
Jane says law enforcement is too rigid, but after 5 years, they need to make some changes. New set of investigators.
Oh, you know what? We because Sunny, hanging with Sunny, for you, we will do that.
The gloss?
Yeah, we've not done that for a while,
Absolutely.
and you've had a rough week, so we will do that for you.
Yep. Thank you. You know what? I needed the gloss anyway.
I'm going to gloss for an hour.
So good.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Let's just, because it's 2.5 hours. Again, does anyone just want to take it from who's ever watching right now still? Is there any other questions or any questions? Like I said, if you want to help us, if you want to dig, we can, like I said, we'll put up a post into the Facebook group for those new members that have joined on, if you want to help dig, if anyone here, again, just email me at acrimingshame@gmail.com, or if you have any information.
Oh, Amy.
Amy's become a new member. You guys are gonna let me make another emoticon right quick here.
I think it's Deb's turn this time.
Yeah.
My turn for what?
To make an emojicon.
Yeah.
The bee.
Yeah, but
I thought I was the bee.
No, that was for Be Right Back.
No, that's nah.
Oh,
I
right.
like the bee. I like the bee.
You like the bee. That's right.
Yeah.
You
Get it, Deb B.
Deb B. Deb B. Yeah.
Deb B.
Okay, so Adam, if you were an emoticon, what would you be? What would it be? Like, what's one that you think?
He would be a squirrel.
I suggested the the hourglass, and you did that one, and so I figured Deb should pick one.
Well, she didn't have to because I was already reading her brain.
Because you never did the one that said rude.
Oh
no,
that's true. That's true.
You could make one that says "Get back on track."
Get back on. Yeah, that's too long. I won't say it though.
or just like the hand smack.
How about just a squirrel?
No, he says a mole.
Because then, Deb, how would that be helpful? Every time we saw it, we would just go
squirrel. Yeah. That's funny. Thank you, Amy. Again, I dropped the link. Please email me at the email @crimingshame. I always have to say that because Deb corrects me when I say it wrong. acrimingshame@gmail.com. Again, if anyone has any information. Oh, poor Deb the web. That's what we're gonna say. True Crime Webs. Steve says poor Deb. I'm just noticing how True Crime Web poor Deb rhymed. That's all I'm looking at right now.
Right. So I don't know enough. I don't mean to take a right turn, but I don't know a lot about other YouTube channels. But do either of you know who Doug Live Northport is?
No.
Who?
Never heard of it.
Okay. He was attacked by another YouTuber and put in the ICU, apparently.
Ugh. That is horrible. Oh, I think I heard about that.
Someone sent me a message about it today.
Yeah, I did hear about that. It was
some
on
scumbag YouTuber attacked Doug from Northport.
Yeah, it was on some news channel on YouTube. I saw that video.
Wait, is it Doug from the No Thanks channel or anything like that?
It says Doug from Northport.
And
he was put in the ICU.
Yes, Curtis Palladino was arrested by Deputy Yoder. That Yoder name I see all the time, everywhere.
He was the one that was hurt in the or was involved in that. He was one of the first two people on the scene at the Flora fire.
Yeah.
Deputy Yoder was. And I believe he's the one that was hurt.
Oh, okay.
And I have to say, I watched I was doing a deep dive into the Dylan Rounds case last night, and I watched a couple of videos with the PI,
Go ahead, Hart.
which I guess his name is Jim. And
Uh-huh.
I went. It was a late last night, and
Oh,
and he was on a live on someone's channel, and I wanted to be able to defend him as far as like having his own opinion against what he had to say about the family, but he was horrible.
who, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, he was making gay jokes and about glory holes. He was saying horrible things.
Who was that?
The PI from the Dylan Rounds case.
Oh.
Well, I guess if he's going to go down.
It was disgusting.
Yeah. Okay. So Doug from Northport had heart surgery after 6 days in ICU. Okay. That's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah, I wasn't
really
familiar
bad.
with him, but somebody sent me the message about him, so I didn't know if anyone else was aware of him. But
I'd like to say something about that. When you are a YouTuber and you are, and I'm not going to go into who or whatever, but if you are bashing, saying negative things, trying to get people to hate another YouTuber, you are jeopardizing their lives. And we all know that I've had death threats on here, and I've done nothing to anyone. Sonny has. Adam had some. So let's be kind. Let's work together, because that's what it's about. And if you don't like something that a YouTuber is saying, message them and try to talk it out. Don't just like start bashing them and acting like that. Because look at what happened to this guy. I don't know why he was hurt, but this man had a pacemaker and now he's in the hospital.
Yeah. Thank you, Aussie. Yeah, I don't either.
Welcome to Paw Patrol, Aussie.
Good night, hey girl.
Good night, hey girl.
Thank you, Ozzy. Thanks for
like
joining.
Your name, hey girl.
What?
I said I like your name, hey girl.
Hey girl. Thank you so much, Ozzy.
I love what Lisa just said. He who fights with monsters should look that he does not become a monster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, because
wow.
Honestly, I've seen some nastiness too coming. You know who that Groz person was talking about? When he has, what's that show that he has scheduled? You said with that. So I only because a friend of mine on here. She was a mod in. I'm not sure if she still is, but anyways, in No Thanks. Oh, Benny Keys. And so Benny Keys was on No Thanks. And then I don't know, some sort of bad rift happened there. And then next thing you know, I don't know. All I can tell you was this. There was a lot of nasty stuff going on and craziness. And I just didn't even involve myself. I watched the shows a couple of times. And I remember, I think Benny Keys was doing a video where he was going to quit doing YouTube videos because everything just got really nasty with people. Like it was crazy. And I think this was when the Orson Welles case, Orrin and Orson case in California there.
Okay.
And it was just between people that are watchers and between YouTube creators. It was like, oh my God, like this is crazy nuts.
It's insane.
You just don't get it. Like, like I said, you watch people be friends. The next thing you know, they're shitting on each other, left, right, and center. And then next thing you know, it's like all this drama of craziness. And you're just like, it's like watching a soapbox, but
right.
But with people like literally making threats and doing really crazy. I never got into watching them besides a couple of times, and that was enough for me, to be honest, because it was just a lot of drama. Yeah,
and it becomes more than drama when people are physically assaulted and put on life support. Like Polygraph said, the guy was actually pulled him out of his vehicle, beat him badly, and just dropped him over. And we have had people there. There was what's his name, that he threatened to go beat anyone up. He was going to fly to their country and kick their ass. Was that
Yeah.
Shattered Mirror guy or whatever? But I'm like,
Oh yeah.
so it's just no one deserves that. Like
Yeah.
every channel is going to have disagreements, and I think I'm not going to speak for you, Sonny, but I mean I would think even if the negativity that people can get and receive, you're not going to take physical violent threats towards them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not that serious.
Nope. Yes, like at some point I would love to. I was just thinking about that today. Get out of my brain. I was just thinking about that today, that we should start thinking about possibly thinking about some merch stuff, I guess. I'm not in a race to do it, but I think for YouTube, you have to have a certain amount of subscribers. But I believe a lot of people use like Etsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do.
Right.
What items would you like to see?
Yeah. If you guys say, people that are watching, if you guys actually wanted merch, right? And just in general, what are the things that interest you most? Just to ask.
Yeah, just put them in the chat.
Tumblers, coffee. I'm kidding.
Make it look like somebody. Yeah, but it's not just me.
That's cute.
It has to be like it's a criming shame stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we can each all have our faces on a mug.
I think we could do a mug, and when you put coffee in it, the lips turn pink.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Self-applying coffee mug glosser.
I would. Oh, thank you, Lisa. That would be a joke, but
What did she? I missed it? What did she say?
It would scare people, but I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
It would terrifying.
Lip gloss. Miracle says lip gloss. Absolutely.
I was thinking like a hoodie that said I'm glossy.
No, we don't gloss.
We don't gloss over
right.
We don't gloss over the truth.
Right.
Happy Canada Day.
Make everything in life shinier.
And shirts, yeah. I mean, yeah. So this is again where the whole creative side of accounts comes in. I'm very picky when it comes to. Okay, let me put it this way: when people merchandise stuff or do displays, and they have very much lackluster about their stuff, drives me absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm very picky because it has to look damn right good, to the eye. It has to be very appealing to the eye for me to really like something. It's not just basic, like, here, let's throw something up, and it has to be done in a very appealing way. You know how when you look at somebody's business cards and there's some that you just go, whoa, nice business card. And then there's others like, you're like, yeah, whatever. That type of thing. That's how I am. It's like, if I see a display done in a window, I'm like, ugh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ben says the channel should be called Lip Gloss and True Crime.
I think there's already
little subtitle. That could be our subtitle.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that means. Grismatically put up a video today, and she in the paper.
I was asking what that meant too. Lisa says, Sunny, a mega pint, Adam t-shirt,
right?
Deb checkbook cover.
Yeah.
Very witty, Lisa.
I'm a hoodie gal.
Yeah.
I'm a hoodie type of person myself. I used to wear them more so. And it's only because in BC it doesn't really get cold that much. So I'm always warm typically anyway. So
Steve just had the greatest line. I don't gloss often, but when I do, it's with Sunny.
And that would look, and you know what? That would look great on a pair of tidy whities.
Oh my gosh.
Do whatever your heart says, hanging with Sunny.
Purdue likes some sparkle. So do
Yeah, I
I.
love Sparkle.
Right.
I love Sparkle.
I bought the
I don't.
cutest. When you're talking about hoodie, I bought the cutest hoodie today. It's like white and pink and blue, tie-dyed with the shorts that go with it. So
Oh,
cute.
started reminding me of Libby's shirt there for a second.
Sonny, could you delete that message from Lisa at 12:15?
What does it say?
It says,
Deb,
Deb,
you
you
do
do
seem well
seem well
organized.
organized.
Doesn't she, though?
But then she put her hands up like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's like, that's why I said checkbook.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What is tomorrow? Saturday. I keep
Saturday.
thinking it's Saturday today. It was so weird. I went to work yesterday and I kept going, like for about 2 hours. I'm like, huh, nice Saturday going on here. I literally thought it was Saturday for a couple hours. I'm like,
It is here. It's
it's
Saturday
Thursday.
here.
Yeah, but it was weird because it was Thursday. Because today's Friday. And even as me and my husband were talking, I said, well, he goes, well, that was last Saturday. And he's like, what's today? And I'm like, Saturday. Oh, wait, holiday. But
in my local stations, Shame on You segments, and they featured a charismatic video from it.
Really?
Mike,
Mike,
not all of us are 50.
That's 3.
Hey,
shut up,
I am.
Adam.
And I rocked the
T-shirt and
80s
coffee.
by being born.
I rocked the 80s and the 70s and the 60s and twiddle to the 90s. Yeah. Yes. 53 on Sunday. I just like the fact that my twin has to come along with me. I don't have to do it alone. What were you just going to say, Adam? I seen your lips move.
Oh, I was just thinking, I was like, I could have like a t-shirt that said, I could have ended up on a milk carton.
You still can. That's right, Laura. That's right.
Thank you,
69.
Laura.
Thanks for remembering that.
I got a gloss to that.
1969 was a good year.
Hey, gloss people.
Yes. 1 second.
Funny.
No, I am. I am.
Oh God! Really?
This is
More
so
of that?
good.
Now we have to delete the Hang Out with Sonny's thing too.
Well, Deb has most logical answers. What do you think, Deb? What do I do? Oh, there you go, Deb. Go ahead, Deb. You have the most logical answers.
Well, I'm looking to see what question she asked because I was glossing.
Oh, isn't that the logical response?
She says she wanted to send flowers and balloons to his hospital because I know what it's like. They say the hospitals don't want that. He might, I don't know what his condition is, but sometimes depending on what type of room you're in, intensive care, if you're on some kind of breathing apparatus, etc., they will not allow you to have balloons or flowers in the room.
Right.
So maybe a card.
Oh, gotcha.
You can send a card.
Yeah, because I'm so stupid. I couldn't have thought of that answer. It was too logical for me.
We know, Sonny.
I know. Because, the thing is that I actually read the question and I answered her. And I was like, follow your heart. Just do you? Guess that wasn't a good answer.
Well, yeah. Well, they might not allow flowers or balloons depending on what kind of room.
There you go. Karen says, nope, not allowed in the ICU.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that because we had a kid on our soccer team that had an aneurysm. And Nancy, he was not allowed anything. I tell you what they do allow is they'll allow a basket with snacks.
There you go.
Yeah.
What, Nancy, why did you have to say that? Now somebody's going to be like, oh, yeah, SAD spells sad. Sonny, Adam,
I already said that.
If you switch it to ADS, it's ads.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do ads. Sad sounds a little, because now that's, that could just be one of those things now. Good night, sad people. Oh, I see. That's what they're saying. Just cards. No, it wasn't Sunny. Love you, though. No, I'm not. I suppose I love you still, I suppose.
Or you can send a basket with little snacks in it. They allow you to do that.
Yeah.
And they also.
Or you can just pay their hospital bill.
They also usually coordinate that for you. You can call and Give them your credit card number, and they'll put together a snack basket.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you
I
guys?
used to volunteer at the Children's Hospital when I lived
Were
in
you a
St.
candy
Louis.
striper?
No, I did. I did hair for
Sorry.
the pediatric oncology ward twice a month, and I would go in, and for the kids that had hair, I would braid their hair or paint their fingernails or play video games with the boys, and it was amazing.
So sweet.
It was one of the best things I've ever experienced in my life, but it made me so sad that I selfishly had to stop doing it, just because it weighed on me so much.
Yeah.
Because of my cancer.
No. When were you born again?
So, but it was one of the things that I'm the most grateful for in my life, that I did that, and that was just my time.
For doing that. I'm so proud of you for doing that, Adam. That's amazing. Amazing.
Adam, you're amazing.
Yeah, I don't think you can get away with that kind of stuff anymore, though. Just like randomly volunteering to go into a hospital and do that stuff.
It almost makes me wonder if you might be a cancer.
I might be. Don't tell anyone.
All right.
Your secret's safe with us. Yeah. I literally would like to go in 10 minutes time here. You guys do? I am sweating so bad.
And you probably want to see your hubby.
Well, I would like to see him too, yes. And I probably would like to see some food in my mouth and then I'm going to go right back to researching Delphi. But I do want to say again is that the information in front of you, you can either take it or leave it. But that's probably going to be one of the best heads up for the involvement with the Delphi girls. What do you think about that, Deb and Adam, as for this information? What's your
Say that one more. Say it again. I was typing.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just saying, for me, the information that was provided, because it's by someone that's literally within the knowing of the case, I take this very seriously to the implications here, because it is shown that Jason Palladino can easily be involved. Well, we know with drugs, but with Nicole Bowens, even though he wasn't charged. So the whole Palladino side there has shown nothing but they have a lot of track records for, like I said, Mark Palladino sits in jail again, prison, whatever. CJ Palladino, Sheena Cottrell lived about a block and a half from Keegan Klein. What's your thoughts for this information? I think that this is the most closest that people are going to get for having some answers, but meaning there's more answers to be told. But this is, to me, one of the best things that has come out of all the time that I've spent besides the BG of actually adding value to who is responsible or potentially responsible for the girls' murders. What does chat think, and what do you and Deb think?
Well, I think that it does help solidify. It takes it another step of what Garrett Kurtz was telling Open Secrets. I mean, he said it was, the Palladinos, and that they were making the decisions. And now here's someone who was in the room when it happened, verifying that story. So, from that aspect, I think it does help verify the story that Garrett Kurtz was telling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree, and I applaud Sunny's work and effort that she's put into this. What?
That's the word for me, tenacity.
Yeah. So, and Purdue, if I am slurring my words, I got emotional earlier tonight, and so I apologize if I am, because sometimes when I divulge stuff about myself, I get tongue-tied and I have a lisp. So I apologize if it sounds like I am.
Do you have a lisp?
I do when I'm being
vulnerable. Like how some people will stutter and stuff like that when they're getting a little bit. Gotcha.
But no.
True Crime Rep, who are you talking about? You have my email. Does anybody else? What are your guys' thoughts about the information? And like I said, trust me, this is coming from a really well, we can tell the source in the sense of the fact that it was in his apartment with Garrett and Ashley. I think that kind of tells you a lot right there, to be honest. Yeah, Cheryl, thanks for hanging with us, and anybody else who's leaving as well. And thanks for joining us. And I'm gonna go quickly over to, I don't know. I'm just gonna go quickly over to our super chats and get ready to thank some people that have donated or become members tonight. Let's see here. Deb, Adam, go ahead.
Oh, I was waiting for the super chats.
Oh, I'm just finding my way over there. That's all. Okay, let's see.
I know Callie was the first one. Then we had Sloopy. We had Marvin Frank.
Let's see.
Isaiah.
My buddy. Okay, we got Laura. Thank you, Laura. Especially
Laura,
for
yeah, it was the big one.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
And just Pam.
Yeah. Anybody else that you can think of? Yeah, well, I can. I'm just trying to keep up with where I am on the list here.
Yeah, Laura, I'm sorry. You'll have to just rewind a little bit, but you'll catch up.
Hey, Laura.
She kind of came in just as we were perfectly talking about it, about that text message.
You're fine, Purdue. I love you.
Purdue, I love you too.
Love you, Purdue.
Love you, Purdue. See, we love you. She just named herself Purdue to say, we love you, Purdue. Because it rhymes. So, Laura June, thank you so much. Isaiah, thank you so much for loving me more than loving Adam. And just being a great human being. Thank
Everyone does.
Yeah, Laura too. Sloop, there she is. Thank you so much. Just Pam, Ronnie Millsap, Ten Lady, Suzanne Thompson, Marvin Frank. So basically, the donation I gave them, they gave back.
I gave them one too.
Steve is gonna start emailing Deb, not me.
Yeah.
And Ben is appreciative of Deb, not me.
And the final person for that was Callie. Now let me see if I can go over and see memberships. Okay, we got Linda Pierce. We got Kim Haffer and Lori Ellen and Gia Montero. I'm just going to butcher that name. So we'll say Gia, Ozzy, and Amy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new members today. Thank you guys so much. Now you guys can use all the fun gloss and the emoticons. You can come join the Facebook group, the private Facebook group. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to have a members one soon alive. Just because I was waiting, you know what I mean? I was waiting till it built up a little bit before I thought we would bring that up and get that going. From an investigative standpoint, this has great potential. Thank you. Actually, I did invite Steve on to come on for a few minutes because I wanted to hear his perspective a little bit on his thoughts about what he thought, about the fact that he's saying that it was, because he was high, it was dismissed, or maybe he just felt it was dismissed.
We appreciate you, Ben.
Ben, thank you so much. And yeah.
And hanging, I hope that you recover fully.
Right.
Oops. Oh, right. He said, I can't tonight. Grandson in the next room.
Maybe on your birthday, he can come sing you happy birthday.
Maybe on Sunday, yeah.
Maybe on Sunday, what?
I said maybe Steve can sing you happy birthday on your birthday.
Yeah, right? I would love to hear that. Yeah. And Yeah. Let's see here. We're at the 3 hour mark. I don't know. I'm good. I think we've, the important thing here to me is that we put it on subscriber mode because first of all, we didn't want the trolls, but this was to me a huge update in the Delphi case of knowledge of what has like like I said, this is a good source because this
Right.
source is
Right.
in the knowing of
Right.
the answers.
Right.
So
Hey,
go
Grizzly
ahead,
Matic, thank you for your email.
Grizz. Take care. Have a good night.
Night, Grizz.
Yeah, and all that. So I just wanted people to, like I said, I've been on a path for a long time. The path has always led to Palladino, Ashley Garth, and whatever. Now, that doesn't mean like like I said, I don't know where Garrett Kurtz lies in actually participating or just simply that he had the knowledge of it. I always, because Keegan Dunker is connected to Garrett Kurtz, it was one of those things is that I always kind of believed Garrett when he says, yeah, come at me. I don't care. Like I'm not going to get charged for this. But I don't like the fact that I'm going to prison with it hanging over my head that people think I am. So I don't know. My gut says that he has the knowledge and knows exactly what happened because obviously if Sheena goes into the apartment and tells all what's happening, but I can you kind of see Garrett not knowing ahead of time or
Yeah.
you know I mean my gut always has said that he's definitely in the knowing and knows a lot of information. I don't necessarily believe that he was at the bridge that day, like or
Right.
around there. But it's only the connection to Keegan Dunker. But when I look at it more, Keegan Dunker could have had that connection through the other side and not just Garrett Kurtz.
I have a question. I have a
Sure.
question. Was Garrett Kurtz at training at Packers that day, or was the training the day before and then he skipped out the day of the murders? Which one was it?
He wasn't at training that day. He didn't
Was
go
he
back.
even employed then?
I believe, okay, so the training I think started on the 7th of February.
Like
And
orientation?
yeah, so meaning he wasn't working at Packers that day. He could never remember. He just remembers that he woke up from like he said he was doing drugs with some Amber chick that worked at Packers as well.
Right.
And I think that's when he slept with as well.
Wasn't it his
Right.
birthday?
His birthday was the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Garrett Kurtz wasn't working, remember, but he just wasn't doing anything bad that he remembers.
Right.
Of course, that day. But he wasn't working at Packers at that particular time. No.
Right.
Because he
Belinda,
never went back.
Correct.
He never went back after the training.
Correct. His grandma wouldn't take him back because he was still strung out. And then, like you said, you have like if you don't go to orientation, you basically might as well kiss your job goodbye.
Yeah. And Belinda, Garrett Kurtz and Tony Klein didn't work together. Tony Klein worked at Chrysler, and Garrett Kurtz for a minute worked at Packers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, and as for Keegan Dunker, I don't exactly know when he worked because he's holding up a pig shirt. Does that mean that that's at Packers? Possibly.
No.
I don't think so.
Having grown up on a pig farm, that
did you?
looks like that look. Yeah, I grew up on I grew up on a farm. That looked to me like a smaller pig farm facility. That did not look like an industrial size.
That's what I kind of thought.
So
myself.
To me, that looked much more like there are countless pig farms in that area.
Yeah.
So I don't, he may have worked for a independent farmer that just needed a someone to work with him on his farm. So just like Keegan Klein did.
Right.
Yeah. Well, all I know is I'm going to keep searching and digging, messaging people, asking, and I just feel like that between murder sheets, some stuff, information, between this information, that I just feel like, like it's coming, like that they're like, you know what I mean? It's like the pot's boiling, but it's
Yeah.
not boiling quite over yet.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of almost hoping that this information got lost in transit, and I hope that this is new information to them potentially, for the FBI. I'm not sure that it is, but I'm kind of hoping so, just
Right.
because the truth needs to be told, and like I said, this will come to fruition. I'm pretty sure that this is pretty much down the right path of, what would be probably revenge motivated, um, still. And it's just to me like a breath of fresh air going, this makes sense. This is exactly the journey I've been on. The Paladinos were right on that list of being involved. Not necessarily all of them, but hey,
Right.
but hey,
Yeah.
if that's what it is, I'm going to go back to digging. So if anyone again does want to help out, join the Facebook group, or will join as Paw Patrol, minimum $1.99 a month. Can come join the Facebook group, or don't, or just email me at acrimingshame@gmail.com, or Adam, whatever Adam's email is. If you feel like you love Adam more than you love me, feel free.
If you email to Sunny, she'll relay it to us.
Yeah, the only person that emails Deb is like.
And polygraphs near. Yeah, I did. I did grow up on a farm, and
Yeah.
my family still owns farmland. So, but
yeah. So, we just ask that you share, like, post it to your, again. How do I keep saying this? We want the pot to stir. We want to poke, prod, prod, prod. We want them to be restless. We want the people, all the people that are in the knowledge, the Kleins of the world, whichever. We want all those people to feel the wrath of what is going to come if we just keep poking, putting pressure, bringing it to light. That's why it's so helpful when you like and share and post to your other ones. And that's what happened. I specifically put out a video yesterday, and of course I put the wrong darn time down. Well, I knew what time, but I wrote 6:30 because it's 6:30 my time. But I wrote EST because I always speak in EST as well. And then I had to go back, Deb, to sit there and put a retraction. My God. Anyways, the purpose of it was because I want it to go as far and wide as possible, because that's what will happen when you create the big stirs. Then that's when you get, whether it's channels moving, news channels moving, people stirring. Perhaps the FBI is watching them, and someone's gonna say something to somebody else, and something's gonna be said, and they'd be like, "Gotcha," you little, just whatever it is. It's all about just trying to bring the darkness to light and justice for these girls. That's all the goal is, the mission is. So when these naysayers of the world were like, there's always those ones that are like, oh, you're just trying to gain subscribers and blah, 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 blah. It's not for the benefit of going, oh, look how many subscribers we can get. It's because the more people that subscribe, the more people that see your videos, the more people that share. Simple as that. The faster, at the end of the day, you can get more information or justice to be served faster. It's just a given.
Exactly.
That's not rocket science. I'm going to send emails to Adam. Oh my God. I think that's Michael.
No, that's Steve.
I think, no, but I feel like it's a Michael that's coming at you right here. He's giving me Michael vibes.
I'll send you some guidelines.
Yeah, I'll send. Yeah. Just I make it very clear to him, Adam. Of course.
I will.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. So
yeah. So does anyone have any ideas for what we should do to celebrate Sunny's birthday on Sunday? If anyone has any ideas of what they would like us to do or see,
actually,
let us know, and we will try to make it happen.
I was going to say, how about this? Okay. How about I'll make myself that little video I said I was going to make, and you guys plan the rest of it.
But that's why I'm asking if anyone has any ideas, throw them out there real quick, or drop them in the comments of the video.
Yep, Deb, start writing. Get your Padlet out. I'm glossing.
And anything other than me twerking and You know,
You knew that was coming.
Shit.
Deb can sing.
Yep, Deb can sing.
I can offer very, very little to the situation, but
Just the fact that you're a Cancer is enough,
Right.
Adam. Deb, if you could just
Right.
change your zodiac sign, just so
Right.
we can stop harassing you about it.
No way.
and
No
I'll
way.
show support because my birthday's just 10 days later, so I'll try to like be supportive over yours.
Yeah. All right, now I gotta make a funny video of Adam stuff. Oh, there we go. I got holidays
you-
going on. Yeah.
Yeah, we sent baby pictures to you for your video too.
Yeah, I got those. I'm just gonna make sure I deface them. Well, hold on. Adam sent me 4, Deb sent me 1. Let's get real there.
Well, I thought we were supposed to just send one. I didn't know.
It was, and that's when I seen 4 from Adam. I'm like, ooh, which one
it's
do I
all about
choose?
your birthday is all about him. You know that,
I
right?
know, right? Because I'm just
No,
it's just
I
a
didn't really have
stepping stone.
none of them were really baby pictures. I just had they were the 4 I could find, so I was like,
they
here,
were
pick
close
one.
enough. Don't worry, Adam. I'm just gonna draw a dart on your face. I'm gonna play pin the tail on the Adam's face that night.
Yeah, please do.
We're
And
gonna
I mean, and Deb's took probably in a while to upload from that oil painting.
do a clue game. Replace characters with Sunny, Adam, and Deb, etc.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's a fun idea.
I'll make the video. They can think. Yeah. See, Deb doesn't have the luxury of having her birthday near ours because ours is almost like back to back. Yep. Male strippers. Right? Okay. Wow.
Hanging with Sunny, Greeno is already booked for the night.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed in that, to be honest. I
don't think Gray Hughes would do it without a donation.
Well, I think Gray Hughes, he said if the BG, I think, was ever caught, he'd do or if somebody could ever find the BG, whatever he said, that he was going to do the higgy jig with his feet or something, or the jiggy jig, something like that. Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. Gray Hughes, prepare yourself to come do that on this channel.
Oh, Hoosier Girl says we should dress up like and do our best impression of Sunny.
That would be funny. That'd be funny. Yeah.
That would be funny.
Deb will come with brown hair that day. Ready brown hair.
You look like you have red hair.
Ready brown. Okay.
Purplish. It's purplish red.
I with some purplish shoes in there. Yeah. Kind of see them. Anyways, other than that, you guys, I tell you, as soon as we get off this live, my boulder holders are freaking getting loose here. I am so hot. The cake bubble machine sparkles, lots of music. All right. Oh, right. Okay. So perhaps on the Sunday, well, that's right. Because what I was trying to say before was that if anyone wants to donate to the music fund, I'll call it the music fund, for when we can have like a little party, maybe we can do it on Adam's birthday. But it's like it costs like $8 per song to buy the license to play a song. Not that they have every song out there.
Yeah, don't do that for my birthday.
Oh, you lamer. What are you thinking? Like wine and cheese? Well, we already got the wine.
I don't need anything.
I think he's had a little bit one too many Coronas right now.
I've had 2 Coronas in like the entire day.
I wish like everyone to use Sunny Speak. To be honest with you, I would like everyone to use Sunny Speak. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Do you guys understand what Sunny Speak is?
It's
to be honest with you,
sort of thing. At the end of the day, the sort of thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
I know what's those things I always say, obviously, or stuff like that. Well, obviously.
Right. Well, sort of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Kind of situation.
And yeah, see, Sunny is fun. Get the people fun. Okay. I'm ready to go, guys. I want to thank you guys. No, not I. We want to thank you, but Adam and Deb can thank you themselves, I suppose.
Thank you very much, everyone. It was really nice to see so many people in chat tonight. And it was really nice to see all the support and all the people that stayed around the whole time.
And we have more thumbs up than we have people watching right now.
Right. And we had very few assholes being like criticizing. So we really appreciate it.
214 thumbs up and 197 watching. So, but
Yeah.
at one point we had almost 400 people watching.
Yeah. So we do appreciate it.
We do so much. Thank you so much.
And we will see you on Sunday for Sunny's birthday.
Mhm.
And what you can do is share. There's a little share arrow there that you can click and share our videos with your friends.
It's kind of a big arrow, but let's call it. Okay. It's a big arrow. It's a big, bold arrow coming your way.
So, Laura Dune, Sunday night, we're thinking 6-9-6-9-6-9-6-9.
Yeah. I feel like that's a little on the low side.
I don't think YouTube will let you donate that much.
They might think that there's a little suspicious activity going on. I mean, if you could just tone it down to under 1 million, that would be great. Like 6 million. Yeah. You know what? I feel like that's still like I'm undervalued on that, but whatever.
Thank you, Sandra.
We're just happy to have you guys here.
Right. That's all. That your support, you being here, is all we really need.
And again, and thank you to all the people too. That I just love it when I put this in front of Deb's face each time, and then I'm sitting there guiltily going, Deb.
You just put.
It's literally been here almost the whole show.
all you have to do is this.
Thank you, Sandra.
What the fuck's that?
Now I probably don't have sound.
Ass hat so below. No, you got sound down. Oh, wait, Adam, I can't hear anything. Do you?
No, I can't hear anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's weird.
Oh my goodness.
The only time we ever lose sound of Deb was when.
Can you hear this? Pow.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Can't hear that. I seen a hand move, but I didn't hear anything.
Okay. Well, Polygraph, good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night,
Thank
people.
you so much.
Yeah. When this chat gets down to 0, then we'll leave too. Just kidding. There'll be an after party going on here.
Right.
Yeah. So, poor Deb. Look at this poor Deb thing. What about poor Adam and Sunny? What about poor us?
Nothing poor about either one of you guys.
Yeah.
Instigators.
Troublemakers.
Yeah.
Thank you for all those people. I'm going to go see if we can make an emoji. Yeah. The federal government has a long history of dealing with organized crime via informants. This extremely successful policy has been to get criminals to rat on one another, kill each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll end off on that happy
note. I haven't seen Straight from the Horse's Mouth in a while.
Well, he was in early, he's been here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's Brian, right?
What?
It's Brian, right?
No, that's Goat.
No. I said.
Oh, that's Goat. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I had not seen him in a while. But it was good to see you.
Yeah. All right. Again, thanks for everyone that became a member and all the nice donations tonight. And just actually coming in, and the best thing to do is really just support and hit that thumbs up and share it, and let's get justice for Abby and Libby and keep poking and prodding. Okay, guys, have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Adam, put him a little bit more cheer in that, Adam. Good night, everyone. All right. Is that all you got? Okay, fine. We're going to end it that way. I see. Bye.